dropped just over an hour ago that Connecticut's U.S. Attorney John Durham will investigate the origins of the Russia investigation. Now, Durham would seem an inspired choice, as he's previously investigated issues like law enforcement corruption and destruction of CIA videotapes. Here now, former independent counsel Ken Starr and former Deputy Assistant Attorney General John Yoo. All right, Ken, what is Durham going to be looking at?
Oh, he's going to get to the bottom of this. John Durham was such a brilliant choice by Bill Barr. It was so timely. We're all waiting, as you know, Laura, for the Inspector General report. But now we have perhaps the most respected prosecutor in the United States who served so brilliantly, including some assignments during the Obama administration. He's totally above politics. You can't talk about he's an angry Republican. He was confirmed by literally every member of the Senate who voted.
Want to get it off your chest? Call the Dave Weinbaum Show. Except for ourselves, we don't suffer fools here. Want politics and fun sprinkled with a lot of laughs? You're in the right place. Heard in 50 states and 98 countries, now in its 11th year. The Dave Weinbaum Show is on the air. Donald Trump tweeted this morning, 6:30 a.m., "My campaign for the president was spied on. Nothing like this has ever happened in American politics. Treason means long sentences, and this was treason." Barr appointed U.S. Attorney John Durham and has been on the job for 4 months. He's coordinating with Horowitz, Huber, CIA's Gina Haspel. He also has a grand jury. This is why the Democrats tried to lynch Barr. No pun intended. See what I did there, Stan? Yeah. Durham is cooperating with IG Michael Horowitz, whose report is due out any second, and will now have the teeth to bite the coup criminals in the buttocks. Notice the chief suspects are starting to focus on each other and not so much Trump. Comey's pointing at Lynch, Rosenstein, McCabe. They're all pointing back at Comey. Baker, I don't know. I'm innocent. I warned them. He's pointing at Comey, McCabe, and Rosenstein, and Orr is telling them, "I told you the dossier was a fraud." And they verified it anyway. And Orr ought to know because, well, his wife Nellie helped author the phony dossier. And now a witness from the FBI in writing told them the dossier was a fraud just days before Comey delivered it, signed as verified, to the FISA court. How soon before they start pointing fingers at Hillary, Obama, Rice, Powers? Gonna tell you folks, pop that popcorn and watch the biggest show since our founders collectively put up their middle fingers and faced east to King George III in London. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. My name is Dave Weinbaum, and I'm your radio talk show host. Lisa Strasser is missing this morning.
Uh-oh.
We're going to get married here in a couple days.
Cool.
So she's attending this stuff. She just may drop in. We signed the prenup, so she doesn't have to do anything anymore. It's no big deal, right?
Good.
Don't tell her I said that. All right,
I won't.
all of you out there, keep that silent because I don't want that to get to her. All right, we're here, and we have our first phone call. I have no idea who this is, JJ. What's your name, and where are you calling from?
Well, this is JJ in the wonderfully dry Rolla, Missouri, and happy to be here.
How about that? Boy, it's that'll shrink our allergies, won't it, eventually?
Oh, I hope so. Your intro monologue there hit on the first thing I was planning on talking about.
Well, I apologize for that. We need to coordinate better, I guess.
Well, you're stealing my thunder, but that's all right.
I'm sorry.
It wasn't all that good. Wasn't that good a thunder?
I have ESPN.
Yeah.
Well, go for it anyways, buddy.
The finger pointing is starting, and the interesting thing about this is Barr's choice of a prosecutor, and I think he made an excellent choice. I'll put on my prophecy hat and say, he's going to go after some low and mid-level folks and offer them a deal. You can either testify against the folks that instigated this thing, or you can face some prison time, and they're going to flip. These people are shallow morons. They are going to flip. And the real question for you and I is, how high is this going to go? My prayers are that this goes straight to Obama and Hillary and Loretta Lynch and that whole gang of sleazy Dems. I think on reflection with this thing, and I've studied this some because I find it fascinating, this just gets bigger by the day. This is bound to be the biggest scandal of my lifetime. I'm loving observing it.
And you have lived 250 years. That's saying something.
Well, that's correct, but I'm well preserved for that age.
I know. I can attest to that.
Well, these people are making Benedict Arnold look like a choir boy. And if this doesn't qualify as sedition or treason, I can't imagine anything that would.
Here's one more thing that I want to add to your excellent opening statement. And that is that the Mueller report is a cover-up. The 2.2 years that he spent doing this, and the 30 to 40 million he spent on it, and it's a cover-up for him. Dems in Congress, maybe even Republicans too, Comey, Bill, and Hillary, Lynch, Holder, and anyone else tied in with selling 20% of our uranium to Russia for a bribe of $150 million to the Clinton Foundation and $500,000 or so more for Bill to make a 1-hour speech in Moscow. Now, my question is, with Mueller, the head of the FBI at the time, 2009, 2010, and all these other people tied up in the Obama administration, what were their cuts? How much did they get for this fraud against the American? And think about that. 20% of our uranium, you make atomic bombs with that. I thought they were supposed to be our enemies.
Yes.
There
you
go.
have segued right into the next thought that I had.
Hit it.
I had a nice conversation with a friend of mine, also a conservative, this week. And, of course, the Democrat count is up to 24 as far as people that lust to be the president of the United States. And we were kicking this thing back and forth, saying, most of these people don't have a chance of getting the nomination. Why are they even bothering this? And the light bulb came on both of us at the same time. It's all the money.
It's all what? I'm sorry, you're going in and out, JJ.
It's all the money. These folks have declared, or like Stacey Abrams, frankly, is going to throw her dunce hat in the ring in a day or two. These folks declare they get as much money as they can from political action committees, from their own committees. They siphon off as much as they possibly can for personal gain, as much as they think they can get away with without getting caught. And it's personal enrichment. They don't have a chance of becoming a nominee, and they know that. This is all a matter of money. Well, why do they need all of that money? Well, first, they're greedy, and they're Democrat socialists, and most are communists. But why do they need that money? Because they're going to have to hire a lawyer to defend themselves if this investigation goes as deep as I pray it will. There's a bunch of these folks had their hands in that pot, and I seriously hope Barr & Company discovered that. And I'm telling you, when we were having that conversation, the light bulb went off over both of our heads about the same time, and we said, well, I'll be darned. It's one of the most basic vices, plain old greed.
You got it. You got it, my friend. Cool. Wait a minute. Who's interviewing me? You interviewing me? My thoughts?
I'd like to hear your thoughts. Your thoughts brighten my Friday.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, there's 23. Well, there obviously, if it was costing them money instead of enhancing their pockets, they wouldn't be doing this. I couldn't agree more. And the question is, how far and how much are they going to steal?
Yeah. And how much do they think they can get away with? I
wonder how much. We had this in the Republican Party too, JJ, and you have to wonder if they were. 17 people up there, right? You have to wonder if they didn't walk away with a lot of money.
Well, they're bound to have. This is the most fundamental of greeds.
And since most of them were never Trumpers, I hope the AG maybe looks into that too.
Oh, I hope he does. I got one last thought.
Yes, sir.
And this one's aimed at Stan. Sammy Hagar, Saturday night.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Steve
coming.
and them are going to be on the lawn watching that.
Well, I'll wave to him. All right.
You sure you're done with me now? Because, you can talk to Stan for another 20 minutes. Okay, JJ.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much for being the opening act on the Dave Weinbaum Show. I almost say, we should do something for him, like do a song. Well, I don't want to do songs anymore. We got banned from our show. Got banned from Facebook for at least a day. Was that last week or the week before? I think it was last week, and some kind of a song infringement. It's either there or it's not. I mean, Hannity has the same problems.
So if you're listening to us on Facebook and it ever just goes out,
go to Dave Weinbaum.
Wait. Yeah, go to DaveWeinbaum.net.
You got it,
and it'll be there instantly.
You got it. Hey, we got a great show coming up. We've got Moshe Rothchild calling live from Israel. Lots of news in the Mideast these days, and especially our problems with Iran. We have warships off the coast of Iran.
Yeah.
And that's pretty interesting, I think.
Trump did say, well, I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not that we're not going to have a war there. He was asked that directly. We've got Laura Loomer. Dare I mention her name? Oy vey. I wonder if that's why Facebook took me off last week. Who knows? I'm interviewing Laura Loomer, and you have to wonder because they nailed Michelle Malkin for mentioning her in a tweet. They dropped her tweet.
Right.
Michelle Malkin, she's pretty high-end.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Conservative. All right? And so I've got her coming on. I've got a special guest by the name of Ed Rensi, the ex-CEO, longtime CEO of McDonald's Corporation. Fascinating interview because obviously that's my business, and I knew Ed. And very, very interesting interview. He's also a sort of like a contributor on Fox Business. He knows Maria Bartiromo very well.
Right.
And one of my favorites, Dagan McDowell. I told him to say hello next time from me. I'm a fan of hers. All right. And we've got DeAnna Lorraine, and she couldn't figure out whether she was calling in at 11. She texts me at 9:01. We're still in the song. We're still in the intros and all that stuff. And she texts me, 11 o'clock Eastern time, right? No, it's 12 o'clock Eastern time. She goes from coast to coast, and she can't I don't want to get into that, but so I had to answer like just before I started talking. No problem, though. I mean, she's great, and I'm just wondering if this is a gender problem. See, now I'm going to get hate calls from women now. And Elad Hakim, this guy's becoming big.
He is.
He's becoming huge. He's rubbing elbows with Mark Levin and Dan Bongino.
Oh, my God.
And he's at the Fox Nation thing. He might get his own TV show. You interview on my show, and the odds are you're going to go places way beyond me.
Look at Drew Berquist.
And the other guy before him.
Yeah.
I forget his name, Brinkman or something, but he's now the producer of TV, wait a minute, Police TV, live. On A&F, the largest audience for any cable show anywhere.
Holy moly.
So you go on this show, and Cheryl Tremblay, she's always on Fox now and then. It's getting to where I have to make decisions on who I'm going to have on, who I'm not going to have on. And I hope I don't piss any of them off because I love them all.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break right here.
Well, let's do this first, sir.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
Let's start this show out right.
Well, we got Ed Rensi coming on. He's an Italian. So hear about the doc who operated on ancient fish? He was a sturgeon surgeon. Forget about it.
And guess what?
What's that got to do with Sicilians anyway? What's he thinking about, huh?
We got a birthday coming up Sunday.
Yeah.
Our friend the Sicilian. It's his birthday.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. We can't. Well, don't forget about that.
Yeah, don't forget about it.
You'll be having dead fish on your
That's right.
on your porch, wrapped in a gun-proof vest. You'll be sleeping with the fishies. Okay, so that's the Sicilian moment. Kind of a surprising Sicilian moment because I didn't see it coming. But Stan likes to surprise me, so that's
once
good.
in a while.
Keeps the blood flowing,
That's right.
All right, listen, and by the way, I'm getting married like within a week.
Isn't that awesome?
Oh, my God.
You're a lucky guy. She really is a sweet lady.
What was I thinking? No, I'm getting nervous now. All right? Well, I'm more nervous because we got to go to, we're going out of the country.
Yeah.
I thought I'd keep it quiet, but my children found out.
Well, and then you signed her prenup, so you're
her
good
prenup.
There. Well, didn't she have one too?
No.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
No, it's the same one, Stan. It's just one prenup for both of us. I didn't know there was two that were involved in any marriage, but thank you for your legal advice, and I shall soon throw that away. All right, we're gonna break right now. Call the show. We're gonna give away a McDonald's $35 McDonald's gift card plus a MAGA hat, and I have one for Stan because he had to give it up.
I did.
In order to lure a new sponsor who is
Miller Glass.
Miller Glass.
Yeah.
Yay! We should have applause for them, too. All right. Call the show, 573-364-4433, and get it off your chest.
For the best in steaks, wine, and great conversation, visit Matt's Steakhouse. Matt's Steakhouse has banquet facilities for all of your event needs, from small office parties to large wedding receptions and everything in between. Matt's Steakhouse, open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Saturday, located on the Dillon Outer Road in Rolla, just east of exit 189. Call Matt's Steakhouse at 364-1220 to book your next event. For the best in steaks, wine, and great conversation, visit Matt's Steakhouse.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated. Every business needs just the right sign to get people into your business. Missouri Neon Outdoor is here to help. Missouri Neon Outdoor has been family-owned and serving the Ozarks for 80 years. Outdoor advertising remains one of the most cost-effective ways for businesses to build awareness and drive customers to their door. And they offer billboard coverage in over 25 counties in southwest Missouri. Missouri Neon Outdoor has an expert creative staff that can design a great look for you. Call today for available locations in your area. 1-800-788-1778.
Cox Brothers Service Company, located in St. James, is there when you need them. Cox Brothers staff is focused on delivering professional restaurant and refrigeration equipment, services, and installation to the local service areas and beyond. Keep your business running right with the professionals at Cox Brothers Service Company. Give them a call at 573-368-4083. And as always, they thank you for your continued support and patronage.
Owning a business can be tough, and knowing what insurance you need can be confusing. Help is here with the Daniel & Henry Company. Daniel & Henry Company is an independent insurance broker providing a full range of risk management and insurance products and services for clients locally, nationally, and internationally. They find cost-effective solutions for your business and personal needs, from work comp, general liability, property and auto, and all points in between. Protecting your business is their business. Call Richard Boyette at the Daniel & Henry Company today, 314-444-5011.
Every morning, the McDonald's kitchen is a symphony. A sizzling, toasty McMuffin symphony. Cue the eggs. While other grab-and-go breakfast sandwiches are kind of one note. It's time to wake up breakfast. Wake up your breakfast with a fresh cracked egg on every McMuffin sandwich every day at McDonald's.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Now, Fox News is reporting that Durham is collaborating with the Inspector General Michael Horowitz in his ongoing investigation into FISA abuse and FISA abuse fraud. And get this, Durham's investigation is not new. It has now been underway for weeks and possibly even months. And needless to say, the bad actors in the deep state, they are getting very nervous tonight. And they're now turning on each other. Little circular firing squad forming. Lisa Page, Peter Strzok, well, they're blaming Loretta Lynch for the rigging of the investigation into Hillary Clinton and her server and obstruction of justice. And Bruce Orr, well, he's blaming the DOJ and FBI officials for ignoring his warning about Christopher Steele and the dossier. Well, that was in August of 2016. James Comey is trashing Strzok and Page on national TV, and he's also in a fight with Rod Rosenstein. They're attacking each other's character. And also, Andrew McCabe is attacking anyone pretty much with a pulse.
All right, we're back on the show. That was Hannity reiterating what I said, which actually was kind of a reiteration of what he said. But you get the point. Golly, this thing is, we all hung around and thought Benghazi would be the end of Obama. Nothing happened.
No.
We all thought that the IRS scandal was gonna be the end of Obama, and the scandalous administration of Obama. All right, and that didn't happen. We all think maybe that the bribing of Hunter Biden by the Chinese with $1.5 billion to his investment firm when he accompanied his father, the then vice president, on official business to China, well, we all thought, why he's going to be disqualified. And that may happen under this new AG. We got a straight shooter here for the first time in a long, long time here. Eric Holder, crooked. Roberta Lynch, crooked. Hillary Clinton as Secretary of State, more than crooked. Hillary Clinton as a candidate for president, a complete, total espionage felonist, as well as obstructing justice, crooked. So, we've got the goods on these folks, I believe. And this is not stuff that, we know she destroyed at least 33,000 emails. We know they tried to scrub her computer with bleach bit. We know that they sledgehammered her cell phones and her computers. We know this. There's no question about it. And so Comey getting up and saying, well, yes, we got all this evidence, but, she really didn't intend to. What, somebody hit her cell phones? They happened to be walking down the street one day, and they had a sledgehammer in their hands, and suddenly, they dropped it 80 times on her equipment? And she just happened to be sitting in her office one day, and 33,000 emails suddenly were sucked into her shredder. Is this what we're to believe, that there was no intent on their part to hide what they did? I mean, who is stupid enough to believe that? Nobody believes that, not any Democrat. They're lying about it. They're simply lying about it, and they know they're lying about it. They're not stupid. Well, now we got a guy in there that's, he's brushing it off. He asked Nancy Pelosi the other day when he saw her, this Attorney General Barr, he says, hey, Nancy, got the handcuffs for me?
Did you bring your handcuffs?
Yeah, did you bring your handcuffs? Yeah, there you go. I mean, like he cares. Now, he's done this interview, which I was kind of watching halfway this morning before I had to leave for the studio, and that is with Bill Hammer and A.G. Barr, where he goes into what's going on. And he says he thought he would ask questions and get straight answers. He's not getting any straight answers from anybody. They're all conflicting each other, and you can see that now by the fact that they're pointing fingers at each other. There's going to be criminal charges here, and there's going to be trials. He's got a grand jury, and he's got the best movie ever made. He's got a U.S. attorney,
right,
who has the power to enable grand juries and to subpoena anybody, whether they be in the government or not.
Is that Durham or something?
Yeah, Durham, John Durham, and Inspector General Horowitz does not have that power. But those two guys, shall I use the word colluding? They're colluding with each other.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't always have to be a bad thing.
Colleagues.
Yeah, we sort of collude, don't we?
Yeah, we collude, yeah.
Yes, right. It's cooperation.
That's right.
All right, and it's not a crime, by the way.
No.
It's not even a crime to collude with Russians unless you're conspiring to overthrow an election.
Yep.
All right, something that you could say about, Democrats who bought and paid for the dossier, which were done in the cooperation with a British spy, Chris Steele, and Russia. That's called conspiring to overthrow an election, right there.
That's it.
All right, what do you got there?
Dueling rabbis.
Dueling rabbis. Okay, let's wait a moment because I think we're a little early.
All right.
So, you make me nervous whenever you do that. You put your hand on a dial or you put your hand on the phone, and I'm thinking, what does he know and when did he know it? Speaking of that, look at that suspicious character that just came in here. My goodness, that was Jesse over there. He's out here hunting for stuff on the desk. All right, so we're back on the show, and, I've wasted enough time now where you could probably play Dueling Rabbis.
Yeah, 1 second, Dave. You were talking to another rabbi? Sounds like you're cheating on me.
No, actually, I'm cheating with you on him because he was the first rabbi. Listen to this. I got rabbis fighting over me. This is kind of weird.
And we'll just stand by waiting for the rabbi.
Okay, so we've got that done, and the rabbi has been properly had his song involved. And I know Ed Rensi's going to have a song, and he didn't hear it yesterday, but it's going to be really cool.
It is cool.
I mean, this song, this is a McDonald's ad from 1967.
Right.
And he started with McDonald's in February of 1966. He was 22 years old, I believe.
Oh, my goodness.
21, 22 years old. Hi there, or should I say shalom?
Shalom, Dave.
Shalom, Rabbi Moshe Rothchild. Now, let me introduce you properly, because I know how you get.
Okay.
All righty here. Hey, let's see here. Where did I put your introduction? Oh, there you are. Second most powerful in Israel and his own home. Travels the world, uniting Christians and Jews. Future rabbi to the Trump Third Temple, Hotel, Golf Course, Casino, Spa. And the rabbi to the Dave Weinbaum Show, Rabbi Moshe Rothchild. There they are. Hey, they're in from Salem today and South Rolla, not North Rolla. But that's...
And Newburgh and Doolittle.
Newburgh and Doolittle. They don't do much in Doolittle, but they did show up for this. Anyways, Rabbi, hey, is anti-Semitism the reflection of those who suffer defeats and their inability to admit the loss was their own fault? And there's got to be a lot of reasons, but that's got to be one of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, what you just said is basically one word is called jealousy. I mean, that's definitely part of it. It's hard to point to one reason, because if you look at the history of anti-Semitism, it morphs and it changes. In some generations, people claim they hated Jews because Jews had too much money. In other generations, they claimed they hated Jews because Jews were too poor and they were bloodsuckers in society, and they had, and they were just living off everything else. Some generations...
You're going out, Rabbi. I can't hear you.
I'm saying in some places they said it's because Jews were too different. In others, it's because Jews were too integrated. And it keeps changing, it keeps morphing. In each generation is different, but I think you're onto something that's definitely part of it. If you look at the comments of that the woman from Tlaib, is that how you pronounce her name?
Rashida Tlaib. Yes,
Rashida Tlaib, right?
Yeah,
and there's a very large element of jealousy, here in the land, and so they have to create these false narratives,
Well, here's what she said. She said, well, she regrets the Holocaust, but she equates it with Palestinian suffering somehow, and she's upset because her family welcomed the Jews to Israel from World War II Holocaust and all that stuff, and we saved them. Well, what's the real history?
Right. So that's what I'm saying. She has to rewrite history to put themselves as some sort of hero or victor. The real history is that the leader of the Palestinians, Haj Amin al-Husseini, was in bed with the Nazis. There are photographs of him meeting Hitler. He was very impressed with Hitler, and he wanted Hitler to come to the Holy Land to help solve his problem. So she's completely rewriting history. The Arabs here did not want to live side by side with Jews. They did not want to welcome survivors from the Holocaust. There was nothing that in her statement that she alluded to that had even a shred of truth to it.
And she wants a one state. She wants a one-state solution. What does that mean to you?
Her one-state solution is, as they say, Palestine from the river to the sea. Palestine shall be free. Not one state she wants is an Arab state.
In other words, does she want any Jews there?
No.
So,
of course not. That's always the double standard. Whenever they talk, by the way, Dave, about what they call the quote-unquote two-state solution, it means one state with no Jews, just Arabs, and the other state is Jews allowing Arabs to live wherever they want.
And that's the case in Israel today. You have, I don't know how many million of Muslims living in Israel. In peace, generally, right?
Right, that is correct. But in the Palestinian cities and so on and so forth, there are no Jews there. Like Jericho, there's no Jews. Gaza, there's no Jews. Bethlehem, there's no Jews. Nablus, there's no Jews. But in in the Jewish cities, they're mixed cities. Jerusalem, mixed city. Haifa, mixed city. Akko, mixed city. All these places are mixed cities.
What do you mean mixed cities?
Double standard.
What's a mixed city?
Meaning Jews and Arabs. But as soon as it's an Arab country, there's no Jews in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. They're not allowed in. It's against the law. There's no Jews in Indonesia. They're not allowed in.
What about Bethlehem, which is now Palestinian?
Bethlehem is Jew-free also. There's no Jews in Bethlehem.
You can't go through Bethlehem? You can't walk in if you're a Jew?
There are big red signs in front of Bethlehem. It says it is illegal for Israelis to enter.
Isn't that Israel, though?
Well, in the Oslo Peace Accords, we gave the Palestinians autonomy over certain areas. Whatever areas they have autonomy, guess what? Jews are not allowed.
What about Christians? Can they go into Bethlehem?
They can in theory, but Bethlehem used to be 90% Christian. It is now 10% Christian.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that the birthplace of Jesus?
It is. And as I've said on your show many times, if Jesus were alive today, he would not be allowed in Bethlehem. His life would be at risk.
There you go. Now, I want to refer back to, first of all, what's Nakba Day, and why did 10,000 Palestinians riot at the Israeli-Gaza border? And it just happened, right? A couple days ago?
May 14th, 1948 is the English date when the State of Israel was declared. So we celebrate according to the Jewish calendar, which is a lunar calendar, but May 14th, 1948. So every year on May 14th, it's the day that the Palestinians will refer to that date as Nakba Day. Nakba means the tragedy, and they see the modern State of Israel as a tragedy. So the way they celebrate, so to speak, Independence Day or the tragedy is by rioting and firing at our soldiers and throwing firebombs.
Well, you know, what about all the other Jewish states? I mean, do they have a problem with all the other Jewish states?
No, because of course there is no other states.
How many other Muslim states are there?
I think there's 53 in the world.
53,
something like that.
So they can have 53 states, but for Israel to have one little sliver of land, which, by the way, is probably the most vetted piece of property on earth as to who owns it, transferred to them by God himself, and they've got a real problem with that. And they even acknowledge that in their Quran.
Right. So I'll tell you something, Dave, that you just mentioned. David Friedman, the United States ambassador to Israel, was meeting with a group of evangelical pastors this week, and he said to them, God is on Israel's side, which, of course, they were very happy that he said that, but the New York Times took him to task on that, and he responded to the New York Times. He said, and this is a quote from him. I happen to have it in front of me. He said, he says, most of the prophecies are about the return of the nation of Israel to their land, and it's happening in our lifetime. Being in this room, he said to them, because he was talking to them in Israel, is evidence that the prophecy of Ezekiel and others have come true. He says, so where am I off in saying that God is on the side of Israel?
You know,
and that's what he wrote to the New York Times.
How dare he use the truth? That's just wrong. There's a Muslim group in Philadelphia that teaches their kids to kill Jews. And they said, you know what? The kids don't understand the words of the song about beheading Jews. So I guess it's okay, right? That's okay now. That's how screwed up things are in this country. Muslims are teaching their children to behead Jews officially. And they say, well, they don't really understand it yet.
In 2 weeks, I'm going to be in Philadelphia speaking to a group of Christians. So I'm going to see if I can get on the ground and see what happened there.
Please do. Be careful, though. Hey, Mel Gibson's...
I'll bring a spare head with me.
I hate to break the news to you, but Mel Gibson has a movie about your family. All right?
Yes, I saw that.
The second most powerful in Israel has a expose of the Rothschild family. What are you going to do? Are you okay with that?
I just hope I get free tickets.
There you go. Free tickets, but you don't want to make them a one-way ticket. You want to get out of the theater too, don't you? All right. Hey, Rabbi, other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find you?
They can find me at Rabbi Moshe at IsraelAlliance.org. And if you can't spell alliance, it's ALLIANCE. There's 2 L's in alliance. IsraelAlliance.org. That's also our website.
My one regret, Rabbi, is that the island where Lisa and I are flying off to doesn't have any. You're not going to be able to go there to get us married. So we had to find a local, and the only local guy with a license to marry us owns the Italian restaurant there. His title is Justice of the Pizza. Justice of the Pizza, ladies and gentlemen, Rabbi Moshe Rothchild. Thank you so much for being a star on the Dave Weinbaum Show.
Dave, congratulations. The wedding's this week, isn't it?
It's the 23rd of May this year. So I have to keep reminding myself of this. So we're all happy now because we signed the prenup. And that was yesterday. All right, thanks a lot. Right. I gotta get a food taster now. Jeez. Anyways, thanks a lot, Rabbi. Shabbat shalom. Okay, we're back on the show. That was fun. That was good, wasn't it?
Oh yes.
We covered a lot of territory. I had a few more things, but I figure he's leading a tour or something. He calls when he's doing a tour.
Sure.
He says, "Hey, just screw around for a little bit,
How cool is that, though?
Play with the ancient relics or something. I don't know what he does.
How cool is that? Your tour guide says, could you give me about 10, 15 minutes? I've got a worldwide broadcast to go on.
He has brought pastors on the phone who are on tour with him at the time of the call.
That is so cool.
So isn't that great? This is from Israel. Ephrat Israel, the guy's calling.
Right.
And we get a lot of prophecies out of there.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. It's an amazing relationship. Here I am in Rolla, Missouri. I meet this guy like 8 or 9 years ago because of Pastor Pat, who is listening to the show. Hi, Pastor Pat. And she calls me up and says, and I don't really know her that well. Her husband did a lot of repair work for me in refrigeration, and so she calls me up. She says, Dave, I want you to come to my church this Sunday. And I says, okay, why? She says, well, I've got this rabbi coming in, and I'd like you to meet him. I says, and he's from Israel. I says, well, okay, I'll think about it. And she says, well, come on, Dave, I really want you to come. I said, all right, I'll think about it. I'll get back to you. So, hold on.
Heaven forbid you should go to synagogue. Not a practicing Jew.
So I hung up. She calls back 5 minutes later and says, no, Dave, you don't understand. He's a real Jewish rabbi, all right? I'm not trying to convert you. So I said, all right, I'll show up. So I show up. I'm a little earlier than he is. He comes in about 10 minutes into this church, and I can, just look at him, and you can tell that he's wearing all the paraphernalia that a religious Jew would wear.
Right.
Not necessarily that means that he's not going to try to convert me to Christianity, because there are Jews for Jesus.
Well, sure.
So we started talking to each other, and within 5 minutes, we had insulted each other 8 times. And I knew he was for real. And he's been a good personal friend. Whenever he comes to Raleigh, he stays at my house. And he's a great guy. All right, we need to take a break, don't we?
Well, not this Sunday, but next Sunday he'll be at Pastor Pat's church with you. Light and Life.
Yeah, on June the 2nd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be Sunday.
So I don't know if he'll be staying at my house or whatever, all right? But he'll be here. I don't think he's doing I'm not doing the show then, because I'll just be coming back from, or will I? No, I'll be doing the show on the 30th.
Yeah.
Won't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to miss a show for the first time in like 4 years. How many people can say that?
Yeah, that's true.
Of course I do only one show a week, but it's 3 hours long, and I prepped like crazy for it, as you all can tell. All right. Don't touch the dial. We got Ed Rensi coming up very soon, as well as Laura Loomer. Call 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Why settle for the forecast when you can control it? Hartley's Climate Control is your locally owned heating, air conditioning, plus so much more company. Hartley's offers residential and commercial sales, service, and installation in the areas of heating and cooling, hearth and home, handyman services, and more to the Rolla, St. James, and surrounding areas. Call 573-368-3163 or visit them online at www.hartleyscc.com. Hartley's Climate Control, community-born, community-raised, community serving.
Hi, this is Sarah Weinbaum, massage therapist at Lavish Day Spa, formerly known as Terra Day Spa. Come visit me at our all-new location on North Bishop next to Steak and Shake. Come take your stress and worries away with our full-service salon and day spa, featuring discounts on Dermalogica and other skincare items offered with a purchase of a facial. New location, same number, 364-0905. Come sail away at Lavish Day Spa in Rolla.
Does your trip to the dentist office sound like this? If so, it's time to come see the friendly staff at Forum Dental, where they make dentistry simple and fun. Forum Dental is committed to patient satisfaction and high-quality dental care. So come to Forum Dental, where they do it all, from teeth cleaning and whitening to bridges and crowns and so much more. At Forum Dental, they make every dental experience a pleasant one. Forum Dental, working together to be better. Visit their website at forumdental.com.
When it comes to investing, here's something to think about. First, are you satisfied with results? Has your advisor taken the time to learn your investment objectives and devised a plan for achieving them? If you answered no to any of those questions, it's time to call St. Louis money manager Lindbergh Capital Management at 314-416-0055. You'll quickly see the difference. They take the time to get to know you, learn your goals, and what's appropriate for you. Call Lindbergh Capital Management today at 314-416-0055.
Wow, Kathy, it's been another busy day here at Miller Glass.
Yes, it has, Marianne. What were some of the phone calls that you had today?
Glass tabletops, screen repairs, window replacements, someone broke their patio door mowing. Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, and don't forget about the glass shower doors, screen rooms, and awnings that we do.
Miller Glass is like one-stop shopping for any type of glass that you might need.
And don't forget, our team has over 30 years of experience.
At Miller Glass, we install it all.
Warning, this is Microsoft. Your computer has been hacked, and you need to call the number displayed immediately.
Warning, do not call that number. This is a scam. Call A1 Tech of Rolla, LLC at 573-458-9175. If you have given these people access to your computer, or worse, your money, your computer is now compromised. A1 Tech is available both mobile and on-site to take care of all your tech needs, and was recently voted the best computer repair service in Phelps County. Call 573-458-9175.
Al West Collision Center in Rolla is looking for experienced technicians to work in the Rolla locations. 2 years experience is required. Al West offers a competitive benefits package and compensation program. Al West Collision has been voted #1 collision center in the area. Are you motivated and ready to move up in the world? Send your resume to admin@alwestcollision.com or drop by 713 Houston Road in Rolla. For more information, call 573-364-8999. Al West Collision is an equal opportunity employer. Sydney's in Rolla reminds you they're open each week, Tuesday through Saturday from noon till 1:30 a.m. They also have great lunch specials every day and steak specials every Friday and Saturday night. First weekend of the month is prime rib. Then hand-cut ribeye steaks the rest of the weekends with more than 100 whiskeys to choose from or signature drinks and over a dozen beers on tap. See their Facebook for more details. Sydney, 707 North Pine, downtown Rolla.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
For the Democrats to have done what they did last week, moving on contempt against Bill Barr, did they think that was going to cow Bill Barr, that he was going to be dissuaded from doing what he said he was going to do in the hearing, which was take a look at the spying? Will they try to smear John Durham now? Will there be any way for them to do that, given his utter professionalism and integrity and the wide-ranging experience that he has on government corruption issues?
If I were the Democrats, I would be quite worried. And the reason why is by appointing a U.S. attorney, Attorney General Barr is essentially signaling that he thinks it's possible that criminal violations occurred in the start of the whole investigation into any kind of Trump-Russia collusion.
That was John Yoo, who I believe he was the AG under Bush. I'm not sure exactly. He was either the vice AG or the AG under Bush. And, these guys know stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They really do. He's an expert on it. By the way, call the show, 573-364-4433. I'm in between interviews now. I got one in about 10 minutes with Laura Loomer, the most banned woman in the history of social media.
Yeah.
Is that incredible?
It is incredible.
And you know what? I want to play that. I want to play an extra here. Why don't you look for it right now? Extra number 4, because I want you to realize how prophetic she is. Hit it.
Conservative journalist Laura Loomer stood up, as many media people do whenever public figures show up, and started shouting questions at James Comey.
How is it ethical to brief the President of the United States on an unverifiable and salacious dossier? And how is it ethical leadership to not tell him that his political opposition, Hillary Clinton, paid for that? You are not an ethical leader.
Ma'am, you're going to have to leave.
You're going to get prosecuted, Comey. You're going to get locked up.
Comey, you're going to get locked up. That was, again, Laura Loomer, a conservative journalist. I don't know where she works, but I mean, you have to know that question is right out of my heart.
This is before I even knew Laura Loomer, or knew that there was a Laura Loomer, and I didn't realize that she had been on the Rush Show before. I thought the time I notified her was the first time, but this had to happen about a year and a half ago. Pretty much, the start of this whole the Mueller deal and Comey, and nobody knew. Did you hear the crowd sort of yelling at her and security coming up to her? You're going to have to leave now. I mean, these were journalists. They were a group of journalists, and they were under the boundaries that you cannot ask an unapproved question. Journalists signing up that can't ask a question that isn't approved by the ex-head of the FBI.
Or the DNC.
And they all ought, as Laura said, they all ought to give up their journalism cards. What the hell is that? Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, it's Lee from Richland.
Hi, Lee. How are you?
Fine. I want to give a good shout-out to the KKID governor of Alabama for her efforts of trying to eliminate baby slaughter. She's a great hero. So,
well, her and the rest of them, Alabama, Georgia, now Missouri, by the way.
Yep.
Louisiana's coming in, and a bunch of other states. Isn't this interesting?
Yeah, it's great. Hey, on the local Missouri situation here in Missouri, a little off your normal program, but I know they're pushing the seatbelt law, which I wear my seatbelt almost all the time. But they want to be able to pull you over if you're not wearing it. But yet, what is more dangerous, obviously, a motorcycle or a car? A motorcycle does not have to wear a seatbelt.
Yeah,
if you're in the state of Illinois, you don't have to wear a helmet.
Well, not only that.
You don't have to wear a seatbelt on a motorcycle, but in a car, by golly, you got to wear a seatbelt. Now, okay, I mean, these people are looking out for my health, but they're not. Some of these people ain't concerned about the unborn babies. I think they need to just get away from some of this just continually more government on stuff. I wear my seatbelt just about all the time. If I'm just driving 50 foot down the road to stop at a neighbor's house to mooch a free meal or something, I'm not going to.
Stan is aching to say something.
Well, first of all, 67% of all fatalities in Missouri are due to not wearing a seatbelt. So, yeah, if you're just going down the road to see your buddy, no, that's no big deal, I would say. But also on the helmet law, the state Senate just passed yesterday or last night that they're not going to require helmets for motorcyclists in Missouri. But now it still has to go one step further before it's approved.
And you know what? That's if that's what they want to do, that's okay. But to tell me that if you don't want to wear a seatbelt, then you need to ride a motorcycle, and you can do it without a helmet.
I thought they had a law
about that.
I thought they had a law that you had to wear a seatbelt. But I sit there. Sometimes I use my seatbelt about 50% of the time.
Well, that law is...
and sometimes when cops pull up to me, they see you don't have a seatbelt on, they don't do anything.
Yeah, this law here is that they see you don't have it on, they could pull you over. That's what the law is. They could pull you over for that alone.
Police state is what you're against, because there are going to be cops that take advantage of that. They're going to say, "Oh, I thought you didn't have your seatbelt on," and they're going to pull you over, and that's not good. I don't.
Well, I just don't go for the government just that much. After a while, I say you just say, "Okay, policeman, I got my motorcycle in the back of the truck. I'm going to have my wife drive the truck, and you're going to watch me drive to St. Louis now without a seatbelt or without a helmet." What do you think about that? Obviously a motorcycle is much more dangerous, and I've driven motorcycles. For some reason, I always drove like an idiot on one.
Your points are well taken. Hi to your lovely bride.
Oh, okay, yeah, she's actually took off work today. We had a funeral to go to, and for scheduling for people out of the country, they had to change it till tomorrow. So, but she's taking care of all of her dogs and feeding them all well and pampering them and all. So,
all right.
But anyway, I'll let you get on with the show. I just really wanted to congratulate KKID and these other states. That these people are heroes. And this lady.
Well, it's headed for the Supreme Court. That's what they want. They want a redo of Roe v. Wade. They got a couple of conservative judges up there now, like Gorsuch or whatever his name is, and then Kavanaugh. Although Kavanaugh just ruled with the Democrats on an issue. We'll talk about that too.
We have to be cautious. Sometimes you get a person and they can turn on you. I hope this ain't what's happening. Well, time will tell, but you got to try to vote for the best person, and what that person does beyond that, with the Supreme Court judge, your hands are tied.
You got it.
All right,
thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. You have a great weekend.
Thank you for your great show that you all put on.
I appreciate it. You're a part of it, so thanks a lot. All right.
Bye now.
Just before we got Laura Loomer coming up in a couple minutes. We've got Rashid Tlaib seemingly in a race with Ilhan Omar on who hates Jews the most, and it's really close. She really had an upbeat there, and she calls critics of her anti-Semitism, which I covered just now with the rabbi, her revisionist history. She calls us racist idiots. All right, this is a congresswoman. She does it on TV. And she just thinks she can say anything, and somebody's going to believe her. Well, in fact, the Mufti of Jerusalem, who was in cahoots with Hitler, he had an apartment in Berlin and worked very closely with Adolf Hitler. All right, what did you want, Stan?
The extra, Rashid Tlaib. You want to play that?
Is that an extra?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Well, this is a kind of a calming feeling I always tell folks when I think of the Holocaust and the tragedy of the Holocaust, and the fact that it was my ancestors, Palestinians, who lost their land, and some lost their lives, their livelihood, the human dignity, their existence in many ways have been wiped out, and some people's passport. Just all of it was in the name of trying to create a safe haven for Jews.
Those comments from Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib have set off a wave of backlash tonight. President tweeting this: Democrat Representative Tlaib is being slammed for her horrible and highly insensitive statement on the Holocaust. She obviously has tremendous hatred for Israel and the Jewish people, he writes. Can you imagine what would happen if I ever said what she said and says?
Okay, we're back on the show, and any moment now we're going to be hearing from, the Lois Lane to the Dave Weinbaum Show, somebody who I admire a lot, and yet she is banned by Twitter and Facebook for life. It's incredible to me, and I have yet to catch her in a lie, and I watch pretty closely, and I support her. And she's suing Twitter, and she's suing Facebook. So I think we're going to play her song right now. Hit it.
KKID, Salem, Rolla.
Ladies and gentlemen, conservative investigative reporter, the most banned person in the world, a fearless patriot, and the lowest lane to the Dave Weinbaum Show, Laura the Luminator Loomer. Hi, Laura. How are you? Laura, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. All right, turn your radio down, please. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, good. Hey, the White House launched a tool to report censorship on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram as well, and Twitter. Is that enough? I mean, Farrakhan is still on Twitter, and you are banned. So, is this a weak-assed effort to do something here?
I mean, I applaud the president for taking the initiative to create the tech bias tool through the White House for people to report instances of social media bias. But, I mean, it's just an initial step that needs to be taken. I don't think this is going to be a solution because it's simply just a tool for people to report censorship and bias and political discrimination on social media. It doesn't really enforce anything. Maybe it's the step that's going to lead to changes and maybe some policy changes or enforcement of, protections on people online after people at the White House review them. I know a lot of people are submitting their complaints, but more is definitely going to have to be done because, there's not an action item associated with the tech bias tool. It's just simply, report it, and we might review it. Someone might review it at the White House.
Well, if they ban you and they shadow ban a bunch of us and then they ban us and bring us back, the likelihood is that they're going to be affecting and disengaging a lot of Trump's supporters. So I think it's quite in his best interest that he helps his supporters stay on social media, don't you?
No, I agree. I mean, they definitely need to stay on social media, and he's not going, he probably will still win regardless, but it's going to have implications for future elections and other candidates, right? So for Republican candidates who are running for Congress or state, local positions, right? Those are the people who are going to be affected by it because they're going to be shadow banned, they're going to be silenced, their supporters will be banned on social media, and there's not going to be a way to get the message across on social media. I think that obviously President Trump, being president of the United States and who he is, it exceeds it exceeds more than just his Twitter account. And I think a lot of people are starting to wake up to how crazy the radical left is. And I have no doubt that he'll win in 2020. But this is a progressive change that these social media companies are trying to do to have long-term effects, right? Long-term effects on the future of our country and our political system by, like I said, making it so that conservative politicians and conservative individuals can't communicate on social media. You got that. Hey, I played the bit with you and Comey. And when did that take place? That was on the Rush Show, by the way. And when did that take place? That was last year, I believe. Last year. Okay. So I didn't know you last year. It's been about a year, roughly, close that I know you, right? So you lumered Comey, and it's right now it's absolutely prophetic, not pathetic, prothetic. I looked it up, and it has you predicting him being indicted and going to jail, and yet the people there were all mocking you, and you could be heard saying you're going to have to leave now by some schmuck. Who were the people in the audience? Those were people who were in the audience to read and buy, I guess, James Comey's book when he went on his book tour about ethical leadership. But yeah, you're right. It is prophetic in that sense because I think that Comey really is going to get indicted and go to jail. So when I told him he's going to get locked up, he really is going to get locked up. No, he kept he didn't respond to you. He kept a pretty staid face. But you know what? I wonder if that really nailed him like I thought it might. So, you there? Yeah, well, he wasn't too happy about it, that's for sure. So oh, yeah. Well, okay. Definitely unhappy. Yeah, he probably definitely unhappy. He probably went to complain to CARE, you know. Right.
You say that Islamic terrorists, Laura, control Facebook and Twitter.
Right.
And what's the proof of that?
Well, it's a concept I like to call Silicon Valley Sharia, right? And we've seen over and over again people getting banned on Facebook for posting facts about posting facts about Islam and Sharia law and criticizing Muslim politicians like Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib. And so, that's what happened to me, of course. I said that Ilhan Omar was...
You're going out. Hold on. Something's happening to your phone. Are you driving?
I said Ilhan Omar was anti-Jewish. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can.
Yeah, I said Ilhan Omar was anti-Jewish, and you see that I get permanently banned on social media.
Yeah.
Word for us the other day, right? They're banning people who have blogs dedicated to exposing Islam. But the proof is that look at Twitter, right? You have the Saudi prince Alwaleed bin Talal owning more shares in.
I can't hear you right now.
Himself. Can you hear me?
Go. Yeah, now I can. Yeah.
I don't know. It's something with your phone line.
No, it's something with the fact that you're not only being banned from Twitter, but you're being messed with on the phones too.
And Facebook shut.
Well, probably. Who knows?
Facebook?
Maybe I really am.
Our Facebook
it's really
feed shut down too.
Really
Guess what? Guess what just happened? Our Facebook feed just shut down. Now, why would that be?
Right.
Why would
Right
that
now?
be? Yes. Do you believe that?
Right.
Back when you started.
Yeah, all of you out there who are listening on Facebook, I don't know if you turn the radios on or not, but go to daveweinbaum.net because I've just been shut down because I have Laura Loomer on the phone. Can you believe that?
Wow.
America, listen to this. This is the most shameful stuff I've ever seen, and that's incredible. Okay.
But we still love you, though, Laura.
No, and that's not the point.
I know.
The point is, this is what's going to happen to all conservatives pretty soon. Listen up. You got to join the fight with Laura Loomer because we're all going to be buried under this crap. So, anyways, all right, let's get back to this. I'll try to remain composed. Have you gotten any more feedback from Facebook or other organizations who have banned you?
No, I haven't. So you mean to tell me that you were live streaming this on Facebook right now and they just cut your feed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did they ban you and suspend you, or did they just cut your
I don't know. I mean,
our producer said he's going to try to start it back up after the interview.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it?
So that's what happened to Michelle Malkin. Michelle Malkin was on Fox News this week talking about censorship and how she posted my name and Gavin McInnes's name and pictures of us on her page defending us from censorship. And they banned. Well, they said that she needed to delete the post and threatened to ban her. So yeah, that's what's happening, you guys. They are now. It's now banned by association.
It's now out there in the open. Pictures. These are anti-Semitic assholes. Facebook and Twitter. You're anti-Semitic assholes. Excuse me.
Right.
Sorry,
well, I told
getting
you.
a little worked up.
As soon as we started talking about Islamic terrorists controlling Facebook and Twitter, your feed got cut. So this is what I'm talking about. It's called Silicon Valley Sharia.
Yeah. And who is the majority owner of Twitter?
Prince Alwaleed bin Talal, who is a Saudi prince.
Now, is that a lie? Is that something you made up?
No, that's real. I mean, it's documented. You could look this up. It was reported by Bloomberg. This is well-known information.
Mm-hmm. Well, we made history here, and that's pretty incredible. So if I have you on a show, that means that I'm disqualified from having a Facebook page. We're going to drop that Facebook page so fast you won't know what hit them. But then again, I lose some listeners. I lose some effect on my show, and there's a purpose in that, and that is to get rid of anyone that objects with anything in this country, and that means we are just on the cusp of losing our First Amendment rights as a country, if we haven't already. All right? So,
right. Well, that's what I've been warning people about. So. All
right. Well, you're going to be hearing from me soon. Other than daveweinbaum.net, where can people find you and fund you?
They can find me at lauraloomer.us, and they can go to my website and subscribe to get my emails. And if you want to support my lawsuit, because I'm suing Twitter and CARE, you can go to freeloomer.com, and that's where you can donate. But you can also support my journalism like you do on, like I said, my website, lauraloomer.us.
Oh, yeah, you're staying on the show. All right,
yeah.
There's nobody going to tear me away. They have to fire me. They could do that here, but they won't, because they're good guys. They're good people, all right? And they stand up to stuff like this, okay? Because you did not do anything wrong, and I'm certainly not doing anything wrong. And shame on those reporters. Shame on those who are backing away from this. You should be all over this. You hear me out there, radio boy, TV Joe Concha? You know, he lectured me, well, that's the way it works, you know. We have ethics. You ain't got no ethics.
No.
What is that crap? This is ethics? To come into a room with the ex-head of the FBI, and you have to have your questions approved before he'll answer them?
Exactly.
Incredible.
And then they mess with your phones. They mess
Yeah.
with your phones, and they shut your live stream down if you talk to me. And it's interesting because, I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but lately when I've been talking about this, my phone does cut off. So who knows? Maybe that's the
and it did it remember last week? You remember the last week? They cut off the show then, too. And they claimed it was because I was using music that wasn't authorized.
Right.
They're lying bastards, okay?
Right.
Hey, Zuckerberger, bring it out here. I can't go there. Okay, I'm getting mad.
Laura.
Laura, we're going to end this with a joke, whether you like it or not. You know what a slinky is?
Yeah.
What did the slinky sing during the May storm?
I don't know.
I'm slinking in the rain. I'm slinking in the rain.
You always have the jokes, Dave. You always have the jokes.
You always got to have a joke, despite the dire circumstances of what's going on. All right, you got to have a joke once in a while, don't you, Laura?
I wonder if our crowd can give her some applause.
Yeah, there you go. Well, thanks, Laura. We love you here on the Dave Weinbaum Show. Okay.
Thank you.
And wish me luck. I'm getting married in a couple days.
Oh, the phone
Oh, well,
again.
congratulations.
Thank you.
There goes her phone again.
Yeah, there it goes. I said I'm getting married, and it's trying to shut me down.
Thanks, Laura.
All right,
Bye.
thanks, Laura.
Thanks.
Do you believe that? Do you believe the
I do.
audacity of these schmucks?
Yeah.
Okay? So that happened last week, too.
Yep.
Ooh, I was punished. I had Laura Loomer on the show.
Well, now that they're trying to shut that down, we need to figure out a different stream of income for you, so...
From Weinbaum Records, it's Dave's Hits of 2017. Listen to the unique singing style of your favorite radio host, Dave Weinbaum, as he belts out songs like...
But Snowflake, you can't take it. You've got that hateful feeling. Whoa, that hateful feeling.
Or how about this?
As you wish me hell to everyone you could tell that you'd been spying over me, spying over me. Then you spread your views to the mainstream news.
And timeless memories like...
You don't know me. I'm in the federal witness plan. You don't know me. I might be in Afghanistan.
Dave's Hits of 2017 is not sold in any stores. And if you act fast, you can get Dave's favorite insults absolutely free with your order.
You schmuck. Kiss my tuchus. Putz. I hear you tried to donate your brain to science, but they were only taking used ones. I don't take the broom out of your hands when you're trying to do your job. I hear you're 1 foot short of a yard sale. There was a lot of testosterone in my marriage. Too bad none of it was mine. I married a trophy wife, but I couldn't afford to mount her. I had 2 feet of snow on my car, so my wife offered me her broom. I said, thanks, but you're going to have to teach me how to fly it first. Got any complaints? Go to hell and wait.
The perfect way to close out the year. Dave's Hits of 2017.
That's all, folks.
Aha! Aha! What do you know from funny, you...
Thank you, Stan. Give me a little time to cool down, although I'm not really cool because we just got our Facebook stream killed during the interview with Laura Loomer. Mysteriously, her phone was out of whack, and that's 2 weeks in a row, ladies and gentlemen. And now we've got our Facebook. We have our Facebook streaming back, and if you're on Facebook listening to this, get the hell off Facebook and go to DaveWeinbaum.net, where they aren't able to mess with me now. Why give them any more traction, okay? Incredible. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name, and where are you calling from?
This is Jim from Rolla.
Well, hello, Jim. How are you?
Oh, ornery, but then, that's just part of being alive.
No, I bet you are kind of ornery,
Yes, I am, and I'm proud of it. Anyway, I've been trying to lose some weight, so I thought I'd call in and get it off my chest.
Oh, there you go. What are you, triple D or something? No, you can't say that to a man, can you? All right, go ahead.
Come on, Dave. Is that the best you can do? That's terrible.
So what's up, Jim?
Well, I tell you what, I was listening to the news this morning, and you know how our colleges are all basically turning liberal.
Yeah.
And they had a very intelligent young black man on there that I forget what it was, but he was he runs some kind of news network, and they was asking the audience questions, and this one lady, I thought this was so true what she said. She said, yes, now the professors in the colleges used to teach us how to think. Now they're teaching the students what to think.
Yeah. And they're buying, and the students are buying it. We don't have a good-looking future. You think about this, 25, 30 years ago, it would be unheard of to admit you're a socialist, much less run as one. Unheard of. Today, it's 40-50% of the country believes, okay, well, let's try that. Let's go the Venezuela way. We've seen what success they've got. I mean, it's ludicrous, but it's happening.
Yeah, I know, and that's what these liberals want, and that I think it's because they want to have the power. They don't want you and I to be able to have anything at all. They want to take your money away from you, and you will live as a peon, and they will be the kings and queens above us.
Until it all falls apart, and it will. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate the call, buddy.
Hey, real quick, is Lisa there?
No, she's not, actually.
Well, okay.
She signed the prenup and stopped coming to work. Do you believe that?
Yeah. Well, I was going to make sure that you guys put my name on the list this time because you haven't been putting it on there, I'm just
What
kidding,
do you mean
Dave.
we haven't been putting it on there? What kind of an accusation is this? Oh, my God. Stan's got it already filled out. You just don't have, you just don't win every week, which you expect to, evidently. So,
is that
all right.
right?
Thanks, Jim.
No wonder. See ya. Bye-bye.
Oh, you're on my list now. All right. Thanks a lot, Jim. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. Thanks for holding. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Maine.
Oh, it's Bridget.
This is Bridget,
Hi,
yes.
Bridget. What's up?
First of all, it's about time. Congratulations on your wedding next week.
Oh, thank you.
About time. I tell you, she's going to be a lucky woman, or you're going to be a lucky man, either or.
Well, what do you mean either or? It can't be both?
I think you be a lucky man more than...
Well, if it comes out like I think it's going to come out, then maybe... you believe this? I got a call from Laura Loomer. I can't answer right now, Laura, obviously, but... huh?
No, you're gonna have a good marriage.
Well, I think so. I think so far after we signed the prenup, we're getting along just dandy.
Oh, you don't need no prenup. Come on.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't. Okay, cancel the prenup. Oh, it's too late. I signed it.
She's gonna be your wife. It's 50-50. Come on.
Okay, but I've got children too. Should I just
No, you do. You make
disinherit my children and my grandchildren and all that? What do you think of that, huh?
You make a last will and testament, and you give each.
Oh, okay. So you're are you a lawyer? Do you want to be my lawyer?
No, I'm not a lawyer. I'm too dumb for that.
Oh, stop it! You're sharp. You're sharp as an axe.
No, heck no. Anyways, gosh, I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Gracious, I totally forgot. Okay.
What?
I tried to get on Facebook little after 9. I could not get on at all.
You couldn't get on Facebook at all?
No.
Really?
I mean, I could not get on your page.
My page. You were on Facebook and couldn't get on it, huh?
Yeah, but now I'm on the other one on when you said on Dave Weinbaum.
.net.
Yeah.
So do you know that we got cut off that page? If you were listening to it, I just interviewed Laura Loomer, and they cut off my Twitter, Facebook show page. Yeah. So, and then they brought it back after I got done with her, and her phone was acting up miserably. And this is 2 weeks in a row now that this has happened.
Really?
We suspected it last week, but we weren't sure. Now I'm pretty sure.
Because I could. It was little after 9. I could not get on. So so I tried the other way.
All right.
But anyways, and you know what else?
Yeah. What else?
What is that Congresswoman or Senate? What was
Rashid Tlaib?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's in a competition to see who hates Jews more, her or Ilhan Omar.
Omar, yeah.
And I think she's kind of taking the lead a little bit, although Omar is pretty up there too.
I tell you one thing. Thank God for my great-grandmother. She saved them behind the potato bin, in the bunkers and everywhere, even though we had SS living around us.
You're talking about Jewish people in where? Germany?
In Germany.
Wow,
yes.
Took a lot of guts to do it there, I'll say that. You know, it wasn't everybody. It wasn't everybody. There were a lot of people that risked their lives to save Jews, but it wasn't the Palestinians in any sort of manner. In fact, probably if they helped the Jews, they would have been killed by their fellow Palestinians. Yep.
Exactly.
And that's what happens today. You help the Jews, and you're ostracized and or killed in Palestine, in the Palestinian territories, and or any Muslim country for that matter.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
In the Quran, they have Jesus, from what I understand, from what I was been told. In the Quran, don't they have Jesus?
I think so. They claim Moses was also a prophet.
Don't they know that Jesus is a Jew?
Sure they do, of course.
Then why?
But apparently he's the wrong kind of Jew, you see. You know, we're somehow evil, but Jesus was pure. So, we don't
really
figure.
know.
They're weird people. I don't know. But anyways, I just was, like I said, I thank God for my great-grandmother.
Well, I thank God for it, too. You know, I mean, everybody, it's like abortion, you know, everybody killed could have had babies, and they could have had babies and grandchildren, and you kill whole families is what happened there.
Yeah.
Yep. So we got to stop that, and we got to stop this abortion genocide, too. All right, thank you so much, Bridget.
Hold on,
yes.
One more time. One more thing.
Yes.
When I was in Dachau in Germany a couple years ago, they sell books there. I did buy one, and you would not believe, you got to read that book. It makes you cry.
Yeah.
It's horrifying. But anyways, in October, when I get to see you and your wife, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right, well, thank you so much, Bridget. I really appreciate the phone call. Okay, thank you, darling.
All
right, will do. Auf Wiedersehen. All right, you know what? We're going to take a break right now, and then we're going to come back with Ed Rensi, the ex-CEO of McDonald's Corporation. You're going to love that. What do you got? Okay, call the show, 573-364-4433. You'll be eligible for a fantastic $35 McDonald's gift card and a MAGA hat. Get it off your chest.
When it comes to making travel plans, Trips & More Travel Agency of Rolla has skilled agents to help you plan that perfect getaway. With over 27 years of combined experience, the agents are dedicated to providing you the highest quality of customer service, specializing in custom travel, family vacation, and destination weddings. Trips & More can make your vacation unique and fun. Stop in today at 116 West 8th Street in Rolla or call 341-3300. That's 341-3300.
Price Chopper in Rolla for the best quality products and the freshest produce in the area with a full-service deli, bakery, and butcher cafe. You can feed the whole family with ease. Cold cuts to sushi, barbecue, and a huge salad bar. Kick back and relax and enjoy your lunch in our dining room located in Forum Plaza on Forum Drive in Rolla. Don't forget to sign up for a rewards program and save money on groceries today. For orders and catering, give them a call today at 573-364-1771. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Price Chopper in Rolla.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their number one hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
Reality check number 31. New cars can go from 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. Why can't new car loans move like that? At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. We may look like typical bankers, but when it comes to car loans, we're downright speed demons. We approve loans in record time, so you can get that new baby on the road ASAP. And by the way, you really do look good in that new ride. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC.
Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
Every morning, the McDonald's kitchen is a symphony. A sizzling, toasty McMuffin symphony. Cue the eggs! While other grab-and-go breakfast sandwiches are kind of one note. It's time to wake up breakfast. Wake up your breakfast with a fresh cracked egg on every McMuffin sandwich every day at McDonald's.
The strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. The all-new 2019 Silverados have arrived at Fairground Auto Plaza. Get 0% APR for 72 months or $9,015 in total value on the all-new 2019 Crew Cab LT All-Star Z71 for well-qualified buyers with GM financing. Check out everything Fairground Auto Plaza has to offer. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza at 100 Fairgrounds Road in Rolla for full details. Chevy, find new roads.
95 years of serving families in the Rolla community. This is Rick Miller at Null & Son Funeral Home. For a business to be successful for 95 years takes hard work, determination, respect, and compassion for the community and the families we serve. This year, Null & Son Funeral Home proudly celebrates our 95th anniversary. 95 years of providing the finest funeral service, always at an affordable cost. It has been our honor to serve your family.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Even Comey's former general counsel at the FBI, James Baker, he's trying to get ahead of this story by warning that Horowitz is going to uncover some major mistakes in the FISA process. You think? Take a look.
The Inspector General is looking at everything that we did, and if the IG usually finds mistakes that we made, and so I expect him to find mistakes this time. But I can say that, at least from the intent of the people that I was dealing with, there was no intention to do anything wrong or illegal.
Let's see, mistakes, you mean like using untrue, something that is unverifiable, Russian misinformation, propaganda, outright lies, paid for by Hillary Clinton to literally inform the American people because it was leaked to the Washington Post, David Corn, and Michael Isikoff as the very basis for a warrant to spy not only on an American citizen, but an American citizen working for the Trump campaign and the entire opposition party that none of these guys we know wanted to win that election.
All right, we're back on the show. We made some news earlier today when we had Laura Loomer on the radio, and this happened to us last week, too. Twitter, at about the same time that Laura Loomer comes on, or during her interview, not Twitter, but Facebook. Did I say Twitter? Facebook stopped our feed on streaming on the Dave Weinbaum Show page. And now, miraculously, it's back. And at both times, her telephone was having issues.
Yep.
Now, I happened to us once, okay, shame on us. Happened to us twice, shame on them. Okay? So we might, who knows what we're going to do? I don't know. I'll be calling some legal people, but I'm tired of this crap. This is America. You don't do that kind of crap to us. You don't screw with our phones, and you don't screw with our First Amendment rights. You SOBs, whoever's doing this. All right? Anyways, we're back on the show, and talking about a guy who knows what it's like to be to live the American dream. We're going to hear from the ex-CEO of McDonald's, Ed Rensi.
McDonald's is our kind of place. It's such a happy place. Happy place. A clean and snappy place. McDonald's is our kind of place. It's such a happy place. McDonald's is our kind of place. Your kind of place.
McDonald's believes in getting food to your kids before they get to each other. Such good food, too. McDonald's famous French fries, triple thick creamy shakes, lean beefy cheeseburgers and hamburgers, icy cold soft drinks. And here's a plus, spill-proof lids on all beverages. Another plus, napkins that are big as a bib. Quality, cleanliness, extra care service. That's McDonald's. A total value that's unmatched anywhere.
McDonald's is our kind of place. It's such a happy place. McDonald's is our kind of place.
Your kind of place.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ohio State alum. With McDonald's as minimum wage grow man in 1966, last job was the CEO of McDonald's. Helped fund the Ronald McDonald's House, children's charities, board of directors for 7 companies, currently chairman of FAT Brands. Welcome, Ed Rensi. Oh, my God, they sent the crowd down from Naperville. What the hell's going on? All right, be quiet up there. Let's get this going. Hey, Ed, tell us, first of all, thank you for being on the show. Secondly, would you tell us about your journey with McDonald's?
Well, I wish I could say it was on purpose, but it was more an accident than anything. I was going to college, and I got married and had to get a job, and there was a sign in the window of this red and white building, and I walked in and said, hey, I need a job, and I got to work a lot of hours because I need to make a lot of money. And the guy says, how much money do you need? And I said, $85 a week. He said, well, that's easy. You can work 100 hours a week here.
What was the pay?
So
I'm a little slow at math right now. What was the pay?
I have to tell you, the minimum wage there was $1 an hour, but he was paying me 85 cents under the table cash. And that lasted about a month until I figured out what the hell the minimum wage was. And I said, hey, we ain't doing this anymore. And then a month later, they gave me a raise to $1.25. But I found the work wonderful and interesting and challenging, and McDonald's was growing, and they kept giving me more. They called me college boy, and they kept giving me more and more responsibility. And every time I got new responsibility, I got a pay increase.
Okay.
Well, within 30 days, I was a manager trainee, and 60 days later, I was a second assistant manager. And then by September, this was in February, by September, I was a full assistant manager. It took over and ran a restaurant for a fellow that went off to Hamburg University. I ran the restaurant for 2 weeks as a manager. And then I got promoted to assistant manager in Sharon, Pennsylvania, then a manager in Jamestown, New York. and then a manager in Sharon, Pennsylvania, in Mansfield, Ohio, then Marion, Ohio. And while I was there, I opened up the first McDonald's restaurant in London, Ontario. And I just kept getting promoted like every 6 to 9 months. And I found myself in Washington, D.C. as the head of field service, which was calling on all the franchisees. Then they gave me the purchasing department. They gave me the human resource department.
How old were you when this was all happening?
Well, when I got to Washington, D.C., I was 22.
You were 22?
Yeah. Then I got promoted to district manager in Philadelphia. And at the ripe old age of 26, they made me a regional vice president.
All right.
So it was an accident. Believe me, I didn't plan any of this. I just worked hard.
So you went from there, and then you went to, when did you go to Chicago to be in top management?
In October of 1977, I went to Chicago as head of operations, the operations department, running the restaurants nationwide. Actually, globally, because we didn't have an international department then. And then about a year later, they made me chief operations officer of the company, and I had every operating component working for me, like product development and purchasing, human resource and franchising and a bunch of other stuff. But I want to tell you something.
Yeah.
Nobody in McDonald's individually ever accomplished anything. It was one great team of people, and everybody had a common focus on excellence and elevating the ordinary to the extraordinary. And that's the benefit of a franchise business. It was a wonderful journey. I enjoyed every minute of it.
Now, how close were you to Ray and Fred Turner?
Well, I knew Ray pretty well because he had a daughter-in-law that lived in Meadville, Pennsylvania. So he came out to Pennsylvania all the time when I was in Philadelphia. He actually came to the ribbon cutting for the first Ronald McDonald House and really fell in love with the program. And then from that day forward, he gave $25,000 his own personal money to every Ronald House that opened. And I spent a lot of time with him. I spent a lot of time with him in Columbus, Ohio, a lot of time with him in Washington, D.C. and Philadelphia. In fact, I was with him on a talk show that was based in Philadelphia. I wish I could remember the guy's name that ran that talk show. If I said it, you'd know it immediately. But he asked Ray, he said, what do you think McDonald's is going to be selling in the year 2000? Because we just put the Egg McMuffin in. And Ray said, I don't know what we're going to be selling, but whatever it is, we're going to sell more of it than anybody.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And he was a very, very interesting character. He was a man of an unbelievable principle. And his word was his bond. He had a unique ability to read people. He really could pick out the good ones and the bad ones fast. And his first hire, really, as an essential operations guy, was Fred Turner, who was very much like the only son he ever had. And he and Fred were magic together. Fred had great respect for Ray. Ray had great respect for Fred. Fred was the standards guy. He was the guy that said, no matter how mundane, we will excel at everything. And Ray used to tell me all the time, he said, Rensi, keep the corners of the floor clean and the middle will always be clean.
There you go.
Always have clean bathrooms, because if you can't clean the bathroom, how in the world are you going to clean the kitchen? And he was so focused on cleanliness and quality. Look, McDonald's sells hamburgers, but he made sure every one of them tasted as good as they could possibly taste. Two really, really interesting entrepreneurs who built a $150 billion market cap company, and they have never been recognized as the great business leaders that they were.
Oh, yeah. Well, you as a leader, as the CEO of McDonald's, were known as a tough meat and potatoes guy, an operations expert. Please explain that. And what made you tick?
Well, what makes me tick? You either have standards or you don't. You either believe that excellence is important or you don't. There is no. I always considered myself to be the Marine Corps leader of McDonald's. If you're going to do something, do it exactly right. There is no excuse for anything other than perfect. And I memorized the operations manual. I'd walk into a store and I'd say to the store manager, teach me how to filter the shortening in the fry vat. Because if they couldn't teach me, how could they teach their own employees? Mm-hmm. And I memorized that book, and I could tell you on page 162 of the operations manual was the beginning chapter on filtering oil. I could tell you at 148 it was milkshakes. And, to this day, I still remember stuff I wish I could forget, frankly. But, I can't go into a restaurant and eat anymore because I never see things that are right. I only see the things that are wrong, and I want to fix them.
There you go.
But you can't do that.
Hey, where can people find you?
Well, I live in Sarasota, Florida with my wife, Barbara.
I know, but do you have any contact information if somebody wants you as a speaker or...
Well, yeah, my email's pretty simple. It's at Rensi44@gmail. My phone number is 630-885-3583.
That's something. As somebody was saying, I think Steve says that's great history. Did you say that?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Did. Yeah,
isn't that something?
It is.
All right. I hope all my McDonald's buddies out there are listening to this because you might not have had that. Some of you know him much better than I did. All right.
Right.
And you can tell by how he was that he was very intimidating.
Yeah.
Okay. He memorized this huge manual. He memorized it all. That in itself is intimidating. Did anybody of you go out there and memorize your damn college textbooks? I know I didn't.
Nope.
And I took I was first in my class in 1973 at Hamburger University. Out of about 100 and so people, I was number one. And did I memorize anything? Hell no. I mean, I learned how to fix stuff like air conditioners and things like that, which I forgot a long time ago. So, but still, the standards and his working elbow to elbow with Ray Kroc and Fred Turner, this is fast food history. Yeah. This is business history. And also, one more thing, because Ed wanted to talk about politics. We talked a little bit afterwards, and I says, you'll be on again. If you're on again, we'll talk politics too. But let me just say this. This was politics. This was the American dream. You are an example of the American dream. Yeah. You went into a place and you come out 30 years later as the CEO making tons of money. That's the American dream. That's politics. That's what we have to keep in this country. I don't know if you bought it.
Well, if the Dems get control, they won't be any of that. We got the kings, and we'll be the peasants.
That's right. We got the second half of the interview coming up. My next show, and we're going to have a show. It's just not going to be me there giving it.
Yeah,
but it should be a great show. They're going to cobble it together.
It'll be the best of.
Yeah. Best of Dave Weinbaum.
Yeah.
I've done this once before in 12 years, almost 12 years.
All big hosts do it.
And,
all big hosts do it.
I know. I've only done it once, though, in 12 years.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Wouldn't hurt you.
And it was a pretty good show. I was in, where was it? St. Lucia with Lisa Strasser about 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
All right.
You need to take some time once in a while.
Well, once in a while, sure.
Yeah. But we'd miss you if you were
No, I think I did it twice because I was in Israel once, too, with the rabbi.
Yeah.
Giving a tour. Boy, you got to contact Rabbi Moshe Rothchild.
Now, did the other station even play a couple together best of, or did they just not do your show?
I think they did. And I think that's why I remembered it, and it was a pretty good show.
Yeah.
Because I was down in St. Lucia, and I listened to it, and I said, hey, they did a good job of cobbling it together, like I know you guys will, too.
Yeah.
See that? A little setting the bar kind of stuff. Anyways, call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. We're going to take another break right now. And when I come back, we're probably going to have very soon DeAnna Lorraine. Hit it.
When it comes to making travel plans, Trips and More Travel Agency of Rolla has skilled agents to help you plan that perfect getaway. With over 27 years of combined experience, the agents are dedicated to providing you the highest quality of customer service, specializing in custom travel, family vacation, and destination weddings. Trips and More can make your vacation unique and fun. Stop in today at 116 West 8th Street in Rolla or call 341-3300. That's 341-3300.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their number one hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
If you're in the food business and your walk-in cooler quits, do you think you can call just any heating and refrigeration guy to fix it? Think again. Time is money, and you don't want to have to wait while an air conditioner repairman tries to figure out what's wrong. At Cox Brothers, food equipment repair is who we are. We have the specialized training and know-how to protect your expensive and fragile inventory while we repair your broken equipment. When you need food service repairs, go right to the experts. Cox Brothers Food Equipment Repair in St. James. We'll keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold.
Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
The next time you need work on your vehicle, head to Muffler Mart on Highway 63 across from the Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. It's been over 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto repair experience. Their name says mufflers, but they do it all. And now you can visit them on Highway 63 South, just across from the Phelps County Fairgrounds. Muffler Mart in Rolla. For more information or appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434. Al West Collision Center in Rolla is looking for experienced technicians to work in the Rolla locations. 2 years experience is required. Al West offers a competitive benefits package and compensation program. Al West Collision has been voted #1 collision center in the area. Are you motivated and ready to move up in the world? Send your resume to admin@alwestcollision.com or drop by 713 Houston Road in Rolla. For more information, call 573-364-8999. Al West Collision is an equal opportunity employer.
The strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. The all-new 2019 Silverados have arrived at Fairground Auto Plaza. Get 0% APR for 72 months or $9,015 in total value on the all-new 2019 Crew Cab LT All-Star Z71 for well-qualified buyers with GM financing. Check out everything Fairground Auto Plaza has to offer. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza at 100 Fairgrounds Road in Rolla for full details. Chevy, find new roads.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Conservative journalist Laura Loomer stood up, as many media people do whenever public figures show up, and started shouting questions at James Comey.
How is it ethical to brief the President of the United States on an unverifiable and salacious dossier? And how is it ethical leadership to not tell him that his political opposition, Hillary Clinton, paid for that? You are not an ethical leader.
Ma'am, you're going to have to leave.
You're going to get prosecuted, Comey. You're going to get locked up.
Comey, you're going to get locked up. That was, again, Laura Loomer, a conservative journalist. I don't know where she works, but I mean, you have to know that question is right out of my heart.
As Judge Starr said, there's already an Inspector General investigation going on that's going to come to a conclusion. That's what you would do if you were just interested in reforming the way the department does things, the way decisions were made. But you wouldn't go with a U.S. attorney like Durham, someone of his stature, unless the attorney general thinks actually something criminal might have happened, that someone might have violated the law, that there might have been malfeasance, that people at the FBI or the Justice Department were acting out of partisan motives, not just out of incompetence or stupidity, or they were duped by the Russians or Steele or the English or by the Clinton campaign. So if you were a Democrat, I think you would be really worried to see the appointment of a career prosecutor like this.
Now, just to remind you of the history you're listening to here today, because this could become a national news story right now, worldwide news story. Stan Hines, in his infinite wisdom, played the Laura Loomer on Rush just now. Thank you, Stan, for that little addition, because I didn't see that coming.
Huh. Yeah,
see how I took that?
Yeah. That
see what I did there?
A good spin on it, yeah. That's nice.
All right, well, and then we got the other stuff out from John Yoo on Laura Ingraham's show. And I never thought I met Laura Ingraham. She acted like she didn't like me. And
she acts like that all the time, though. I mean, look at her attitude is always like that. She is so good, though.
Not when she's talking to people that she thinks need her or she needs.
Well, she's an attorney and you're
she's
not.
all over. Well, I'm talking about Hannity and people like that. She has to be nice to people like me. And yet Shannon Breen, who I met him both at 2006 at Fox News. And Shannon Breen comes out with her hair in rollers, and she comes up and gives me a big hug. And it was so friendly and all, and stuff like that. So I don't know. Anyways, we're back on the show, all right? And we're not going to take what happened lightly. We're very, very suspicious of what Facebook just did to us, and we're concerned that. They are on the rails of anti-Semitism, and there might be consequences for that. Stan, you have a phone call, right? All right. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Bill in Salem.
No, wait. Let me get this straight. Is it Bill from Salem?
Yes.
Okay, great. I just wanted to get that straight. Okay, well, what can I do for you, Bill from Salem?
I just know, on that Facebook thing, I was listening to you on Facebook.
Really?
I was doing chores, and it just keeps dying on me every time you're on there. It was doing it to me last week, too.
Last week it did it, too, yeah. And you know what? We think it was the same time. We think it was Laura Loomer. So now, see, that's how this thing works. They ban her, and they ban anyone else that has anything to do with her.
Or was it a different time?
I really appreciate hearing from that CEO. I forget his name off the top of my
Rensi?
head. And,
wasn't that something?
He gave out his personal phone number.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I do this, and now this guy, he's still big time. He goes around the world speaking. He's a speaker. He's still involved with businesses. He was involved in NASCAR, and he's. I don't think I was in the business in 1972, so I was in there for a good portion of his career with McDonald's, and he knew about me, and I knew about him. I don't think he liked me because I told the truth that at co-op meetings, and I used to run co-ops when he was president, and I didn't take any crap. So I got some very distinct threats and warnings coming from my regional managers out there who might have been getting instructions from him. So,
right, but I just really appreciated the way he talked. He said he started off young. He said, he worked 85 hours a week or 100 hours, and
this was a true American success story. This was the guy living the American dream. All right? And look where he went in a short period of time. By the time he was 26 years old, he's running a whole entire region for McDonald's Corporation. And I believe that even at that time, they made him a vice president of the company. So he was an officer of the McDonald's Corporation at the age of 26. It's an incredible story. And I got to meet Ray Kroc, too. And I've got friends that know him, and obviously Ed Rensi now. Hopefully he's a friend now. And he goes back with a lot of owner-operators that I'm friends with as well. So, but to hear that story from him and how tough he was, and what the standards were, is I think it's a great tribute to McDonald's, but also to America.
Yeah. I mean, it sounded like it didn't matter if he was painting a Mona Lisa or cleaning a toilet.
Right.
You do it good and you do it well.
Exactly.
And don't complain about it.
That's right. So, I'm going to lay that on my wife to be. You just do your work, help me out, and do it well. And she'll do it though. I mean, I think. Anyways, thanks a lot, Bill. From Salem, always a pleasure to have you here. All right, I think we're going to take another break right now, and after that break, we've got the matchmaker, the contestant against Nancy Pelosi in 2020, DeAnna Lorraine. Call the show, 573.
For the best in steaks, wine, and great conversation, visit Matt's Steakhouse. Matt's Steakhouse has banquet facilities for all of your event needs, from small office parties to large wedding receptions and everything in between. Matt's Steakhouse, open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Saturday. Located on the Dillon Outer Road in Rolla, just east of exit 189. Call Matt's Steakhouse at 364-1220 to book your next event. For the best in steaks, wine, and great conversation, visit Matt's Steakhouse.
Why settle for the forecast when you can control it? Hartley's Climate Control is your locally owned heating, air conditioning, plus so much more company. Hartley's offers residential and commercial sales, service, and installation in the areas of heating and cooling, hearth and home, handyman services, and more to the Rolla, St. James, and surrounding areas. Call 573-368-3163 or visit them online at www.hartleyscc.com. Hartley's Climate Control, community-born, community-raised, community-serving.
Price Chopper in Rolla for the best quality products and the freshest produce in the area. With a full-service deli, bakery, and butcher cafe, you can feed the whole family with ease. Cold cuts to sushi, barbecue, and a huge salad bar. Kick back and relax and enjoy your lunch in our dining room, located in Forum Plaza on Forum Drive in Rolla. Don't forget to sign up for a rewards program and save money on groceries today. For orders and catering, give them a call today at 573-364-1771. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Price Chopper in Rolla.
Reality check number 14. Getting a house loan shouldn't take longer than building your house. At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. We know you're anxious to start building your dream home, so we make loans quick and easy. We don't have to send off to some big city for a decision. Your decision is made here, and your loan stays here. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Does your trip to the dentist office sound like this? If so, it's time to come see the friendly staff at Forum Dental, where they make dentistry simple and fun. Forum Dental is committed to patient satisfaction and high-quality dental care. So come to Forum Dental, where they do it all, from teeth cleaning and whitening to bridges and crowns and so much more. At Forum Dental, they make every dental experience a pleasant one. Forum Dental, working together to be better. Visit their website at forumdental.com.
Owning a business can be tough, and knowing what insurance you need can be confusing. Help is here with the Daniel & Henry Company. Daniel & Henry Company is an independent insurance broker providing a full range of risk management and insurance products and services for clients locally, nationally, and internationally. They find cost-effective solutions for your business and personal needs, from work comp, general liability, property and auto, and all points in between. Protecting your business is their business. Call Richard Boyette at the Daniel & Henry Company today, 314-444-5011.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at the Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
What do you know about what's going on with the Inspector General report and Mr. Durham, who's been appointed? And our reporting tonight shows that he has been working for at least a number of weeks, if not maybe months.
Yeah, I think that most significantly, this gives the Inspector General investigation the ability to get grand jury subpoenas through a sitting U.S. attorney. So it creates a new investigative tool that Inspector Generals don't normally have. They're usually administrative in their approach. And remember, some of the people that are key witnesses no longer fall under the Justice Department's purview. They're former employees because they were either fired or resigned. So the U.S. attorney have a great reputation of investigating fairly and honestly but toughly prior controversies inside the FBI. He's now involved in that tool. The grand jury subpoena is another piece that can be played here to get to the bottom of the truth.
KKID Salem Rolla.
All right, we're back on the Dave Weinbaum Show. If you want to call the show, I think I've got DeAnna Lorraine calling in soon. All right, so because she was on time the last couple of weeks, why don't I go ahead and play her song, and hopefully she'll call in the interim.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Matchmaker, matchmaker, look through your book and make me a perfect match. Matchmaker, matchmaker, I'll bring the veil. You bring the groom, slender and pale. Bring me a ring, for I'm longing to be the envy of all I see. Or Papa, make him a scholar. Or Mama, make him rich as a king. For me, well, I wouldn't holler if he were as handsome as anything. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Night after night in the dark I'm alone, so find me a match of my own.
All right, DeAnna just messaged me, and she's going to be a couple of minutes, which is fine. You know, if you message me and I know what's happening.
Yeah, that's
all right.
Right.
I've got, let's see, how many more things do I have? Only on 21.
Well,
you know, maybe less. I might have covered a few things here and there.
Well, on that podcasting app,
yeah.
You can go there, OPSLENS, Ops Lens, and download the podcasting app. And she's got some live shows up now.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
You know, I'm waiting for that. Lisa's planning this stupid marriage, and other than that, I'd be doing it.
Stupid.
No, I can't say that. She's
watch
probably
it.
listening. Hi, honey. You listening out there? Hey, Vay. I could be in trouble.
Steam coming out of her ears.
Could be, yeah, well, it could be trouble. You know, you never know. I mean, you get married and what happens? So, anyways, we're back on the show. We've got all these abortion laws being passed in places like Georgia, Alabama, Missouri, and now Louisiana's coming up, and many more. It seems the tide is turning. Now, some of these laws are very, very strict, and what they're looking for, they're going to get sued, and I think that's exactly what they want. They want this to go before the Supreme Court again. They want Roe v. Wade redone, and they want to make this a state situation and not a national situation, which maybe it should have been in the first place.
Absolutely. Well, you know, Missouri changed theirs to where it's like 8 weeks. And if it's past 8 weeks, you can't get an abortion.
Well, but here's the new proof. There was one of the Supreme Court justices who voted for Roe v. Wade said that if it comes to the point to where we see that a baby is really viable, at a certain point, which may be the heartbeat point, then this law is moot.
Right.
So there you go. You got a lot of people screaming for it, a lot of people screaming against it. Even some of the conservatives are saying some of these laws are very, very strict. You got doctors now who face life imprisonment.
Yeah, or 15 years in Missouri.
For performing in some of these states. In Alabama, I believe it's 99 years.
Wow.
So there you go.
Now, do you know whether or not the government or Trump has cut off the $500 million to Planned Parenthood yet? Or is it $500 billion?
I don't know.
Million, isn't it?
I don't know.
I don't either. I
don't think he can do that unilaterally.
Oh, okay.
I think you have to have Congress do it. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But he's threatened it. I know that. You know. So that's what this is about, too. It's about big-time money. Big-time money is done with Planned Parenthood, who, by the way, sells the body parts. They actually sell the body parts of the babies. And there's some information that they actually have little baby farms where they keep the fetuses alive long enough to grow them to have parts they can sell.
Oh my gosh!
We're talking about. This is what Nazis did.
Yeah.
All right. This is horrible stuff.
Yeah.
We got to stop this. We got to, should we cut out for rape and oh, wait a minute. She's
incest.
Hold on. Oh gosh. Hold on. Hi, DeAnna. How are you? I'm good. You know what? You got the wrong phone number. It's 4433, all right? 573-4433. 364-573. No, wait a minute. No. What's so funny? I don't know. God, dang it. Okay.
Oh, my God.
Well, I put it in her tweet. Or her
she's got it.
Text. I think she's got it. I hope
it's
so.
the wrong one.
Oh, my God. Okay.
But, yeah.
Hi. Oi! There she is. Gee, hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. I hope I know who this is.
This is DeAnna Lorraine. You're a reporter in Washington, D.C.
My reporter. Oh, now you're my reporter. I like that. Yeah, there you go. And now you got a lot of cheers going on from here. All right, so welcome to the show again. As always, you're always welcome. You're a good friend. I got to tell you, did you hear what happened on the show earlier with Laura Loomer? Hey there? DeAnna? Uh-oh, did I mention Laura Loomer? And now her phone doesn't work. Yeah, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah. Something happened just now, but I'm good.
Okay, all right. Because I mentioned the word Laura Loomer, everything seems to cut off. I'm serious. It happened during an interview today, and it happened last week, too. They cut off my Facebook feed for the show while I was talking to her, and they claimed it was a music infraction, okay?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're tracking this son of a gun down. This could be a major news story, okay?
Yep.
So, anyways, this isn't about Laura Loomer. It's about DeAnna, by the way, who is passionate about making love great again. She's a star of TV, radio, and blogs. She's running against Nancy Pelosi in 2020, and she's the official matchmaker to the Dave Weinbaum Show. And, I'm getting married in about, the 23rd of May.
Oh, my gosh. That's coming up soon.
I know.
It's next week.
I can't hardly weasel. I'm not weaseling out now. Am I?
That's incredible. I'm so happy for you, too. And I know this one's going to work.
Well, I think so, too. And you were a big part of this. So I appreciate all the advice.
My gentle nudging and progress.
I appreciate your book. Mention your book.
Yeah, it makes
My book is Making Love Great Again, available on Amazon bestseller. And you know what I was doing just now? I hope you got my text saying that I was calling in a few minutes after.
I did, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Good. I was just hanging out on the steps of the House where they were having the vote for the Gender Equality Act. Yeah. And that is, I am vehemently opposed to it and passionate about the reasons why. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I think so.
So the Gender Equality Act is a very dangerous thing for our civilization. And it's basically going to eradicate the idea, the concept of God and Christian values. You might as well throw the Bible out the door, because what's the point, right? I mean, if we are then protecting a sexual orientation or a feeling of gender being something that's just a social construct, where if I want to say that I'm just a pan gender or a demi boy or a man tomorrow, all of that absurdity is going to be now protected. And
how many genders are there? Didn't they say once it was like 12?
It's however many you want. That's the scary thing. There are limitless genders, and you can make up your own gender and put it in the damn dictionary or Facebook. And, what we're doing is that we are creating a culture that enables mental disorder and confusion and subjective truth and moral relativity, and not only we're encouraging, lack of morality, but lack of reality. And now we'll be punished. It will be a punishable offense.
Wow.
If we're not willing to tell, if you tell me you're a woman tomorrow, and I say, you know what, Dave, I think you're still a man, I could be punished and fined and even jailed.
They're already shutting down people on social media who say things like, former men who are female still have men parts, and it's unfair. And they're getting, the ones who are complaining about it are getting nailed.
Absolutely.
They're already doing it.
There's men that have been biological men their whole life that are huge and buff.
Sure.
And they're just all of a sudden joining women's wrestling teams or women's track and field and just annihilating them.
Sure.
Some of these women have worked their whole lives to get to a certain scholarship or a certain, to win a certain competition or compete in the Olympics. And it's not even a competition at this point. When a man goes in there and he's just beating them, just annihilating them, it's very sad. And we can just kiss women's sports goodbye. The funny thing that feminists are all pushing for this, but you don't realize that women are going to be hit the hardest with this Gender Equality Act. It is not equal for women.
So you're marching against this today, is that correct?
Yes, I am.
With the Democrats in the majority, it's probably going to pass the House, isn't it?
It will.
What about the Senate?
It will pass. I really hope not, but it's just...
Can you see a Republican voting for this?
I'm sorry?
Can you see any Republican senators voting for this?
I don't think... what I found in my research, I think there's 3 or 4 Republicans, if you can believe it, that are voting for it.
So it could pass.
And every single Democrat is voting for it.
Now, here's another question. If it passes, will Donald Trump sign it?
I don't think he's going to. I believe that he understands this lunacy, and he wants an America that is moral and sound and, that protects marriage as God defined it and that protects, Christianity and Christian values, whether you're Christian or not, yes, God says that he created man and woman in his likeness and image, but even biology says that we've created man and woman, and so whether you're coming at this from a Christian perspective or a God perspective, or you're coming at this from a spiritual perspective just because it just feels spiritually wrong to say that gender doesn't exist, or if you're coming at it from a scientific perspective, we can't argue with these facts.
Yeah.
And I don't think that Trump will, I think that Trump will defend this.
Well, do you see this as a real popular issue, though, amongst Americans? Isn't this...
You would think people would be on the streets about it. I posted a joke on my Instagram the other day that was originally made by Matt Walsh on his Twitter, and it said something like, I am a woman, but gender, there's no such thing as gender, but I'm a woman, hear me roar, but wait, there's no concept of woman, but wait, I'm a trans woman. It was just something really funny. It was a joke. And guess what? The next day I got a violation notice from Instagram. They removed the post. They said that it violates hate speech.
Oh, my God.
And they said if I do it again, I get out on Instagram.
Yeah, well, that's where we are today, isn't it? And that brings me to the next question. Has social media bannings or shadow bannings affected your ability to connect with followers?
Absolutely. I believe that so many of my posts are shadow banned. I truly do.
I know mine are, too.
Followers.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I know it's shadow banned. I know that, for me, there's certain things I really would love to just say, but I can't say them. I'm afraid to because of the repercussions. I certainly don't want my Twitter just removed after all this hard work of growing followers. Mm-hmm. And someone like Laura, who just critiqued Ilhan Omar, is banned.
Yeah. And
right?
is
nothing you can do.
Totally truthful. Totally. Mm-hmm. And has not said anything speculative about them as being Muslims in any other sense other than these are Muslim women who are saying very anti-American and very anti-Israel, anti-Jewish things. And she quotes them. What is wrong with that?
Right. There's nothing wrong with it at all. But Elon and Mark could go around saying the most hateful things against Jews.
I think, personally, I think they're in some kind of a contest to see who can be the worst anti-American, anti-Semite.
Yes.
I mean, they seem to be competing with each other.
Yeah, they do. It's insane that we've now come so quickly, full circle. And we've come to this place where anti-Semitism, they're not even hiding it anymore.
No, and that's the person you're running against. Nancy Pelosi is sponsoring all this stuff.
Nasty Nancy.
Boy,
and Nasty
boy.
Nancy is sponsoring the Gender Equality Act, too. She's very proud
that's
of
a
it.
shocker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but she's a good Catholic, though, right? Go figure. She's a good Catholic.
She is a Catholic hack, is what she is. Now, when I run against her, I'm going to expose her lack of Christianity for what she really is. She is no Italian Catholic, and she should be ashamed to even wear that badge.
Yeah, and you're Italian. You're Italian. Now, is she Italian or just her husband?
She's Italian, but you know what? There's a difference between me and her. And, her last name, Pelosi, in Italian, guess what it means? It means...
Piece of crap.
Oh, no, Stan, stop that.
It means hairy. Like, you've got hair.
Hairy?
Hairy. And my last name, Tesorero, it means treasure. It means little treasure.
Tesorero. Tesorero. Did I say that right?
My little Tesorero.
Tesorero. Forget about it. Come on.
So, do you want to vote for Harry or do you want to vote for a treasure?
Why did I think you were Mexican at one time?
I don't know.
I don't know. People think I'm all
Didn't your grandfather marry a Mexican woman?
He married a Spanish woman. She's from New Mexico.
Okay.
And her parents are from Spain.
All right, Spanish woman. Okay.
Spanish, yes.
There you go. All right. Anyways, Alabama, Missouri, Louisiana have all passed or are about to pass heartbeat anti-abortion legislation. They're very strict. Now,
amazing.
And it looks to me like they're trying to get this before the Supremes to rescind Roe v. Wade. What are your thoughts about these?
Well, of course, it is a very strict. It's a strict abortion ban, but and Alyssa Milano is just going crazy. She's insisting that we do a sex strike.
I know. This is what bothers me because there go my weekend plans now. Lisa, I won't be showing up. I'm not coming.
I'm going to be advertising my phone number or so.
There you go.
Never mind.
Yeah, it's the most ironic thing because this is what conservatives have been saying for years. Great, abstinence.
Yeah,
maybe you should be in love with someone and ready to have sex before you do that. Fantastic. So we've come full circle, and it's fantastic.
Hey, play Extra 3. Find Extra 3 and play it for DeAnna because this is Ben Shapiro. You know Ben Shapiro?
Yes.
All right, well, we're going to play it. Hit it.
Alyssa Milano, who suggested that because there are some states that now have a heartbeat law, Georgia just passed the law, Mississippi has it, Ohio has it, and there are a couple of other states that look like they're about to pass it. And she is very upset about this, and she tweeted, "Our reproductive rights are being erased. Until women have legal control over their own bodies, we just cannot risk pregnancy. Join me by not having sex until we get our bodily autonomy back. I'm calling for a hashtag sex strike. Pass it on." What do you think?
Well, I'm glad that Alyssa Milano has finally discovered traditional marriage. That's exciting. And I'm glad that Democrats in Hollywood are finally discovering, hey, wait a second, sex might have something to do with making babies. And if we don't want to make babies, then maybe we should just not have sex. Gotta say, I feel kind of bad for her husband. I feel probably like her husband is pro-choice, and yet he's the one bearing the brunt of this particular decision by Alyssa Milano. So, more power to feminists. If they don't wish to have sex, and they wish to do so in the name of apparently preserving the lives of the unborn, welcome to the club, guys.
There?
Yeah. So what'd you think?
I couldn't hear anything. I just heard silence on the other end.
You went silent? You didn't hear that?
I don't know why.
No, that's why I was wondering if I got...
Sorry. All right. Well, we played Ben Shapiro. Do you know what happened, Stan?
About what? No, I have no idea.
Not being able to hear
it should have crossed through. I have no idea why.
Okay. All right. Well, sorry about that. It was Ben Shapiro talking about this thing about, I'm glad you discovered how marriage ought to work, Christian marriage.
And abstinence.
Yeah. There you go. Aha. 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 We got a magic man coming to fix the board a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, his name is Steve Wheeler.
Oh,
he's a nice guy.
That. I didn't know
He owns a radio station.
Yellow button not pushed.
Anyways, so it was a mocking of the Alyssa Milano deal, and he felt sorry for her husband, who is now going to get blamed for something when he's probably pro-choice.
Yeah.
All right. So, DeAnna, other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find you?
People, follow me on social media. It's the best. I tweet. I post all the time. That is DeAnna T. Lorraine on social media. And then, of course, YouTube. Subscribe. Give me a subscribe. I'm trying to get to 60,000 subscribers by the end of the month.
And by the way, don't you have you got a show on right now? Why don't you read that, Stan?
Well, on OpLens. Ops Lens, right?
Ops Lens, yeah. If you go to Ops Lens TV,
Winning
you
the
can
Culture
download
War.
their app. And I have a show called Winning the Culture War, which I'm about to go film in about an hour.
Cool.
Winning the Culture War with DeAnna Lorraine. And then I have another show that I do interviews on, and it's called Headlines Tonight with Drew Berquist, every Saturday on OAN, One American News Network.
Yes, and a Dave Weinbaum contributor, Drew Berquist.
And a Dave Weinbaum contributor.
Right. Have you mentioned my name yet to him?
No, because he's been so busy and overwhelmed.
Okay, I'm waiting to hear the who that schmuck. Okay, I'm sure. Anyways, DeAnna, you're a frequent flyer. Obviously, you're in Washington and then L.A. and then New York. So the bags under my eyes were so big. United charged me extra luggage.
That's
there
funny.
You go. Thank you so much, DeAnna Lorraine, all the way from Washington, D.C. You fix those schmucks out there, will you?
I will.
You tell them Dave Weinbaum said so. And then run.
I will.
Thanks.
I will.
Bye, DeAnna. All right.
Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.
Thanks. All right, we're back on the show. You can call the show, 573-364-4433, and get it off your chest. We're going to take a break right now. Remember, we got the fabulous McDonald's $35 gift card plus a MAGA hat. Hello. And we're going to pick it right about maybe 5 till noon. How's that?
Sounds good.
So call the show, and we're coming back with Elad Hakim. Hit it.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated.
Hi, this is Sarah Weinbaum, massage therapist at Lavish Day Spa, formerly known as Terra Day Spa. Come visit me at our all-new location on North Bishop next to Steak and Shake. Come take your stress and worries away with our full-service salon and day spa, featuring discounts on Dermalogica and other skincare items offered with a purchase of a facial. New location, same number, 364-0905. Come sail away at Lavish Day Spa in Rolla.
The next time you need work on your vehicle, head to Muffler Mart on Highway 63 across from the Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. It's been over 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto repair experience. Their name says mufflers, but they do it all. And now you can visit them on Highway 63 South, just across from the Phelps County Fairgrounds. Muffler Mart in Rolla. For more information or appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434.
Wow, Marianne, it's been another busy day here at Miller Glass.
Yes, it has, Kathy. Our auto glass guys have been rocking.
Yes, they have. rock chips, windshield replacements, and regulators.
Yeah, and don't forget that we also do headlight restoration and side view mirror replacements.
Remember, there is no job too big or too small for the Miller Glass Auto team.
And we also have mobile service. At Miller Glass, we install it all.
Al West Collision Center in Rolla is looking for experienced technicians to work in the Rolla locations. 2 years experience is required. Al West offers a competitive benefits package and compensation program. Al West Collision has been voted #1 collision center in the area. Are you motivated and ready to move up in the world? Send your resume to admin@alwestcollision.com or drop by 713 Houston Road in Rolla. For more information, call 573-364-8999. Al West Collision is an equal opportunity employer. Sydney's in Rolla reminds you they're open each week Tuesday through Saturday from noon till 1:30 a.m. They also have great lunch specials every day and steak specials every Friday and Saturday night. First weekend of the month is prime rib. Then hand-cut ribeye steaks the rest of the weekends with more than 100 whiskeys to choose from or signature drinks and over a dozen beers on tap. See their Facebook for more details. Sydney, 707 North Pine, downtown Rolla.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at the Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
We're saying about Barr last week was so reprehensible on so many levels, but among the people trashing Barr was Jim Comey, who's worked with Barr, knows Barr. This is what he said last week.
He's an accomplished and very smart person, and who had nothing to lose in taking this job but his reputation. But it doesn't make me happy to say this, but I think he has lost most of his reputation with the way he's conducted himself.
Lost most of his reputation, Ken, and who might be feeling some of that early summer heat tonight but Jim Comey?
Well, it's so unfair. It's unfortunate, but it's totally unfair not just to Bill Barr, but to the Department of Justice, which he's leading. Bill Barr is deeply respected by the career people in the Justice Department, of someone who just calls it the way he sees them. And I think that's what he's been doing throughout this process. And so I regret what Jim Comey said. I profoundly disagree with it, and I hope that Bill Barr will continue to call him the way he sees them.
Yeah. That was Ken Starr with Laura Ingraham, and he's a pretty steady guy, and he was in the position of Mueller. Yeah. Mueller. And wait till they do they got to start investigating Mueller too. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Martin from Edgar Springs.
Well, Martin, where you been?
I've been sick a little bit here.
Well, sorry.
And
sorry.
That's no new news, but it hit me a little hard.
Okay. Well, I hope you're feeling better now.
And I'm doing somewhat better. I just wanted to tell you, how does it feel to live in Venezuela?
I don't think I'd want to be there right now. Do you?
Well, what you're getting when you start getting things shut off and things controlled by somebody else beyond your power to respond, that's what a socialistic, which is low-grade communism, does to people. One person runs everything. Yeah. One party runs everything.
And we're starting to feel little snippets of that even on today's show. When you're shut off from social media because you have a accused person who hasn't been convicted of anything, who hasn't even been indicted for a crime, just because they think they don't like what she says, and then they're affecting me. They're affecting everybody, all my listeners. They're affecting other outlets. They're affecting people like Michelle Malkin, and the regular press are too scared to go up against them. Then, we're feeling little snippets of that. Not that it's as bad as Venezuela yet, but that's a slippery slope, ain't it, Martin?
Yes, it is. And I wanted to say one thing about an earlier caller. Talked about a lady dealing with Lawrence Jones, I believe was his name, in like a town hall setting. Yeah. And she had talked about how that in her day in 82 when she went to college, that the professors taught her how to think, and now they're telling students what to think. And I was going to say there was one other thing she said. She was very worried for her son, who was going to be going to college soon, because he was an open-minded thinker. And she was afraid that if he said the wrong thing on that campus, he was going to get beat up.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening. We're talking brown shirt activity on our campuses run by Gestapo that are teaching the classes.
And we're starting, I'm starting to wear my MAGA hat, a lot of different places. I don't want to do it on the grounds of my business, all right? I just don't want to start anything there. But I'm not going to do anything to anybody wearing a Hillary hat or anything like that. Or I loved Obama. I miss Obama. I don't see anybody wearing that these days. But still, you get my point. But in public, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Now the real guts it'll take is to go to downtown St. Louis and wear the hat, and I might just do that. I don't know how, but I know a lot of black scalpers in St. Louis around the ballpark. I just don't know, but they all know me, and I know them. I'm wondering how they would react if I wore a MAGA hat in St. Louis. Would they attack me or not? I've been threatened there too a couple times, and I go face to face with them. I mean, I haven't gotten to any fisticuffs with them.
Well, bring Candace Owens with you. You'll be fine.
Well,
fight her too?
Say, we know what they would do in Chicago. Two white men in MAGA hats attacked that Smollett guy. I know. And he wouldn't lie about that.
I know. That was a great segue into the fact that this is the last year of Empire, and they haven't re-signed Smollett yet. Good. All right, I got to get going here, my friend. What else you got?
I was just going to say, you just about sent me to the hospital when you resurrected Tank Sinatra and the Ray Cutoff singers there earlier.
Oh, come on. What do you know about good singing? Oh, my gosh. You're just standing in the way of me making a living as a singer. That's the people like you. Come on. All right, I don't want to hurt you anymore. Stop laughing. Please, stop it. No. Cut him off. Cut him off. Look at him. He's oh, my God, I'm going to be accused of something.
That's probably the best he's felt all week.
Yeah, well, no, I don't know. But, stop it. Stop laughing. All right, thank you so much, Martin. He had to hang up. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, well.
All right. Listen, I'm going to name some people who are back on the show, and I really appreciate it. And then we're going to, we're going to do a commercial, and then because we only have one more to do, right?
Yeah.
And then we're going to do Elad
first.
No,
okay.
I'm giving you the order of things right now.
All right.
Now you're going to mix me up, okay? I was on a roll. Anyways, we're going to. What am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to give the people that I'm credit here. All right, so Geary, keep text. Look him up on Twitter. He's always commenting on the show, and he's announcing the show to other people. We've got Stoney, Irish Eileen twice from Chicago, Lorana, Pam, Infuego Latina Liz from Miami, who is a guest on the show, Scott, Jay Wall, Norman, Richard, Karen, it's Karen Lewis from Salem, an irritated woman who is a big fan of Sean Hannity's, but maybe she's a big fan of my show because she's pushing my show too. All right, we're going to be right back. Don't touch the dial. You still can call and make yourself eligible for that fantastic $35 McDonald's gift card and a MAGA hat. Call 573-364-4433 and get it off your chest.
When it comes to investing, here's something to think about. First, are you satisfied with results? Has your advisor taken the time to learn your investment objectives and devised a plan for achieving them? If you answered no to any of those questions, it's time to call St. Louis money manager Lindbergh Capital Management at 314-416-0055. You'll quickly see the difference. They take the time to get to know you, learn your goals, and what's appropriate for you. Call Lindbergh Capital Management today at 314-416-0055.
From apples to Xboxes, we fix it all. Call us today, A1 Tech. More than just computer repair. We'll fix your laptop, your desktop, and so much more.
911 Tech right now at 573-458-9175.
95 years of serving families in the Rolla community. This is Rick Miller at Null & Son Funeral Home. For a business to be successful for 95 years takes hard work, determination, respect, and compassion for the community and the families we serve. This year, Null & Son Funeral Home proudly celebrates our 95th anniversary. 95 years of providing the finest funeral service, always at an affordable cost. It has been our honor to serve your family.
The strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. The all-new 2019 Silverados have arrived at Fairground Auto Plaza. Get 0% APR for 72 months or $9,015 in total value on the all-new 2019 Crew Cab LT All-Star Z71 for well-qualified buyers with GM financing. Check out everything Fairground Auto Plaza has to offer. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza at 100 Fairgrounds Road in Rolla for full details. Chevy, find new roads.
Every business needs just the right sign to get people into your business. Missouri Neon Outdoor is here to help. Missouri Neon Outdoor has been family-owned and serving the Ozarks for 80 years. Outdoor advertising remains one of the most cost-effective ways for businesses to build awareness and drive customers to their door. And they offer billboard coverage in over 25 counties in southwest Missouri. Missouri Neon Outdoor has an expert creative staff that can design a great look for you. Call today for available locations in your area. 1-800-788-1778.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Congress can't do the type of investigation that a U.S. attorney is trained to do, correct?
Right. Actually, as someone who's worked on FISA applications, I can tell you how high it could go, because under the FISA law itself, the Attorney General has to approve the FISA application. So if the Steele dossier, which we now know was completely made up, was used as a basis for a FISA application, then you have someone who's high up in the FBI had to approve that, someone high up in the Justice Department had to approve that, ultimately the Attorney General has to approve that. And then a second thing we haven't touched on yet is it appears that the FBI tried to send an undercover informants and agents to try to infiltrate the Trump campaign. There's a whole other set of laws that are called the Attorney General Guidelines, which are supposed to only allow that in very, very rare circumstances. So I assume the Attorney General and the Deputy Attorney General and maybe FBI Director Comey all had to sit down on that decision and approve it.
There you go. And, you know, my mind's racing right now. First of all, we have one more interview, but, you know, we broke some big news earlier. I just want to keep mentioning that. Because I don't want this to go away. They're not going to get away with this crap in the long run. Maybe now. But Facebook, streaming live on Facebook, we were cut down. Now, we're being told it's for use of music, unlicensed music, but it's very suspicious, and we've been doing the music, the Bread song, forever on this show, almost like 12 years. We never had a real problem with it. And then all of a sudden, they're pulling me in the middle of Laura Loomer's interview.
Right.
I think that's the problem, and not any music. And then they're putting it back on.
Well, they don't tell the truth anyway.
We just did a Matchmaker song, didn't we? Matchmaker, We just did it for DeAnna. Did they cut me off there? No. So they're lying, you know. And so, and you know, Laura's got she's got a lawsuit against these people, Facebook and Twitter, and they keep on doing it.
On her YouTube account, you can see her in the Facebook headquarters, and man, I mean, she is on it.
Yeah.
She's trying to get them to get someone to talk to her.
Yeah,
and they keep telling her to fill out a complaint form on a computer.
Yeah, they're giving her the two-step here.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, anyways, we've got a great talent coming up. And he's well, you're going to hear the interview, but this guy's getting big.
Yeah.
You come on this show, and either you get your butt banned from Facebook, or you'll be a star. Well, maybe both.
Yeah.
Hit it. Ladies and gentlemen, powerful Florida lawyer, now becoming a major pundit who hangs out with Mark Levin and Dan Bongino, and the Perry Mason to the Dave Weinbaum show, Elad Hakim. Oh, my God. They must have seen you at Fox Nation. So you're
How
out,
are you guys?
Yeah, we love you too. Well, you're a big star now. So you're out there rubbing shoulders with Mark Levin, Dan Bongino, and other celebrities at Fox Nation event. Tell us about it.
Well, it's all about getting involved. So I'm more involved in Republican causes and Republican groups. And in doing that, I happen to have a chance to meet some of the more prominent people in the party. And it's nice. It's a way to, it's all about involvement. So if people are looking to get more involved, then in doing so, they can meet some of the movers and shakers in the party, which is nice also.
Any thoughts about getting a show with Blaze TV or anything like that?
Absolutely. I'd love to. Maybe one day. I take things one step at a time.
And you know what?
You wake up every morning. You thank God you're alive and healthy, and you take one step at a time.
There you go, buddy. And never give up. And you could have you could have a Dr. Amy segment.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't even think of anything else.
Of course. I see. I'm glad you said that. Hey, A.G. Barr has been investigating the origins of the hoax Mueller retort using U.S. Attorney in Connecticut, John Durham. And apparently he's been doing this for a couple months because they got a grand jury. What's going on there? And what should we be looking forward to?
Well, you should be looking forward to finally a transparent, not biased investigation. And the nice part is that now that the Attorney General has kind of utilized the services of a U.S. attorney, the powers that be there's more power now. They can actually use grand juries because the investigation that's going to be coming out towards the end of this month was limited in scope, but now that they've introduced the U.S. attorney to also investigate, it gives more power and more tools at the disposal. So,
what kind of power? What kind of power? What kind of tools?
For example, the grand jury, the Inspector General couldn't, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think that the Inspector General had the power to use the grand jury, and that's a really powerful tool. But now with the introduction of the U.S. Attorney, that changes. I think that they're working now together so that they can utilize the tools and the information that each one has at their disposal. And the use of a grand jury is a big thing. Mueller, during his investigation for 2 years, primarily used grand jury because of its secrecy. And so that's a big thing. But we'll see what happens. The Inspector General report's going to come out soon. And there's a lot of people now, if you've noticed, a lot of people are beginning to point fingers. Most recently,
yes.
and the rest of those players, they're starting to point fingers. The pressure's building, and that's what we expected. As the news continues to tighten, if you forgive the analogy, the finger pointing is going to get more and more apparent.
How far up do you think the finger pointing is going to get?
I think we've talked about it before. I think, that I don't, let's just say I'd be surprised if the previous administration didn't know what was going on here and wasn't at least in some part responsible for it. So, you got to be careful with what you say and how you say it, but I think it's going to get high. It's going to get high.
Does it go up to Obama?
It could.
Because they're already talking about Lynch, Obama AG. So, I don't know. I mean, I think it probably does. And I believe another thing. I believe there are other reasons the Dems, Intel, and mainstream media are very, very scared, and why they thought they couldn't tolerate a Trump presidency. And that's all the previous crimes, and I'm alleging these crimes, that Hillary and Mueller committed with uranium-1, and who knows what else. Do you think I'm wrong?
No, I don't think you're wrong. But what goes around comes around. Now you finally have somebody who's investigating the investigators and investigating the people who are the real culprits here. And let's see how high it gets. It's going to be really interesting to see. And the finger pointing that you're seeing already is astonishing. I mean, if you're on the outside looking in, it's sad yet comical what's happening.
And you hear this on other shows, but I'm the one that's been saying it for months and months, and that is, you know what? Time to put the popcorn on and start popping away, because you are going to find this to be the show of your lifetime. That's my opinion.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%.
Hey, Elad,
100%.
Other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find you?
They can find me at Thoughtful GOP on Twitter and at Thoughtfully Conservative on Facebook. And I'd love to hear your take on your show at some point about the recent Alabama.
Oh yeah, we'll be talking about that. Well, here's the bottom line. The guy that the senator that proposed this said we want to get this to the Supreme Court and have another shot at Roe v. Wade. That's where this is going.
The chances of Roe v. Wade being overturned right now are I don't think they're that high, because what's his name?
Kavanaugh.
No, well, Kavanaugh possibly, but I think you have a better chance with Kavanaugh than with what's his? I'm having a mind blank now.
Roberts.
But Roberts.
Yeah. All right.
So I'm not sure. And don't forget, the Supreme Court doesn't even have to agree to hear a case.
Right.
They have to have four justices have to agree to even hear it. So they could very well turn around and say, you know what, we are just going to let the states decide this now. It's not the right time for us to decide it. And so if a case ever does come up and people seek the Supreme Court's opinion on it, they could just say, forget about it. We're not hearing it now.
Except that one judge, and I forget who he was, is one of the guys that goes either way, said that if this was ever retried and they were able to show that there is an actual life there, Roe v. Wade is done. So that should be that's where this is going.
You just have to worry. You think about the upcoming election and what happens and what impact it could have on women. It's something to consider.
Sure,
you need the female vote.
There's two sides to that, though, and there's a lot of females who are understanding that that this is not a clump of tissue and bones. This is a human being, and a lot more are actually beginning to get that. Hey,
the question is, are they willing to go as far as Alabama went? Because Alabama's law
maybe not. No, that's a little strict, right?
Strict. So anyway, something to think about.
All right. Hey, listen, I got this legal problem, and I know you're a lawyer. I'm about to be married in a couple days by a judge. Should I have asked for a jury? Ladies and gentlemen, Elad Hakim.
Your married life.
Although, don't charge me for this, because you don't have a good answer to this. I know you don't. Yeah, Elad. Yeah, you got your own problems, don't you? Elad Hakim, all the way from Southern Florida. Thank you so much. Hi to Amy and the kids. Shabbat shalom, my friend.
Thanks, guys. Shabbat shalom. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
We I have a lot of fun interviewing them, and I think they have fun back. Don't you think, Stan?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. What were we just talking about?
Well, Nancy Pelosi had tweeted out or something, said, we never did say there was not a crisis at the border.
Oh, my God.
Baloney.
Did she say walls were immoral? Is she denying saying that, too? Wait a minute. Didn't she just call her AG a liar and that he should be put in jail?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I can't wait for DeAnna Lorraine to go run against her, all right?
Yeah.
Now, let's, I think... I don't know. It's all kind of weighted to Democrats out there, but this could be the time. This could be the place. And what better person than DeAnna Lorraine to run against Nancy Pelosi?
That's right.
All right. Anyways, we're back on the show, and we got an extra we're going to do. We're going to play I wanted to get this in. Ben Shapiro on the Rashid Tlaib comments on the Holocaust and, well, about Israel. Hit it.
But the revisionist history serves an anti-Semitic goal, which is that Israel is illegitimate and ought to be abolished. She's a supporter of the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement. She suggested that if you are a supporter of Israel, you are guilty of dual loyalty in the past. I mean, she, along with Ilhan Omar, is part of an anti-Semitic contingent of the Democratic Party, now being protected by the Democratic leadership.
She claims that she's being attacked unfairly, and that, as you point out, she did go on to talk about the horrors of the Holocaust, the tragedy and the horrific persecution of Jews across the world at that time. But then she goes on to talk about a one-state solution, and she basically says this. We could put it up on the screen. She said it has to be done in a way that values around equality and around the fact that you shouldn't oppress others so that you can feel free and safe. Why can't we all be free and safe together, Palestinians and Jews in Jerusalem and in Israel?
Fascinating that she's involved in the push for getting rid of the only Jewish state on planet Earth. I've heard no calls from her for the Palestinian Authority to allow Jews to live within its precincts. No calls from her for any Muslim state to change its religious orientation. No calls from her whatsoever for human rights in many of the Muslim countries that she defends. So it's pretty fascinating to watch her call for a one-state solution that effectively means the end of the state of Israel, which she knows, which is why she's pushing for it.
Upper 50s, or 53 to 58 Muslim states, one sliver of land in the Middle East. If you look on a map, you'll see Israel as a sliver of land deeded to them by God himself. The state of the Jews. Even in the Quran, it says God deeded this to Jews. All right? Jerusalem, it might be mentioned just once in the Quran. Maybe not at all. And there's a dispute about whether there ought to be a state of Israel that's a Jewish state. And yet there's 53 to 58 Muslim states where Jews and Christians aren't living very well right now. In fact, most of the Jewish populations were pushed out of these Muslim states along about the time that Israel was reformed and became an official state in modern times, like it was in ancient times. And so, to hear her say that it's unfair, the Palestinians are being treated this way, well, it's an outrage. It's not your state. It never was your state. There never was a Palestinian government that ran Israel. Palestine is a name given to the state of Israel by the Romans. By the Romans. Okay? It was meant to insult the Jews who they were occupying Israel. Now, it doesn't mean that the Jews suddenly lost their deed from God, does it? Is that what you're trying to tell us? So that's anti-Semitism right there. Okay, I think I'm going to need a drum roll because I'm going to pick the winner of the fabulous MAGA hat and the $35 McDonald's gift card. Or should I say the fabulous gift card and the wonderful MAGA hat. I don't know.
Either
what
way.
the hell? What do I know about that? Okay, here it is. It's Bridget from Maine. Oh, my God. Are you listening, Fraulein? You won. You won. Yes, they have McDonald's in Maine. They probably serve lobster sandwiches, but they got McDonald's in Maine. And I know you would love a MAGA hat. All right, so call the show. Call me at 573-578-2700. All right, it's my personal phone number, and I give it out on radio like a nut. And because I'm lonely, and, Lisa's here. She sort of abandoned me today, so I don't know. I had to do this show without interruption, actually. All right.
Tell her to call after 1 o'clock, right?
Yes, call after 1 o'clock.
Yeah, Bridget.
All right? Call after 1 o'clock. Okay, so back on the show here. Let me get as much. I still got about 15, 20 things to cover. It's not going to happen, but I'm going to cover a few things. And if you want to call, I'll use the time to talk to you, too. 573-364-4433.
Well, now remember, when you get married, that she may end up turning into something like this.
Starting this year, Toyota and Lexus luxury models will come with Amazon Alexa.
Alexa, turn on the AC.
Turning on AC.
Finally, a virtual assistant to help you navigate.
Alexa, where's the nearest gas station?
Nearest gas station in 1.5 miles.
And to help maintain your vehicle.
Alexa, order more brake pads.
Ordering new brake pads. Although maybe if you didn't stop so close to the car in front of you.
I left plenty of room.
You drive too aggressively.
If you were just quiet for 2 seconds.
She'll talk to you literally the entire time you're driving.
I think you should have turned back there.
I know where I'm going!
Hi. You know why I pulled you over?
No, officer, I have...
Because we were driving 72 miles per hour in a 45-mile-per-hour zone.
Anything else I should know?
2 miles back, we rolled through a stop sign without coming to a complete stop. Also, there are illegal fireworks in the trunk.
Sir, I'm going to need you to step out of the car, please.
Amazon Alexa. You'll never get away from her.
Thank you, Stan. Now I'm going to try to get to some stuff here before we get out. He was giving me a break. I didn't really need one, but okay, he's looking out for my best interest. Well, I looked like I was ready to fall over or something?
No, just I like to laugh once in a while, too.
No, that's true. Yeah, I'm a little serious today because I'm a little pissed off.
Yeah, well, yeah, we did get
I want to get it off my chest.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Kerry is telling Iran, along with Susan Thornton, a ex-Obama administration person like Kerry, he's telling Iran, and she's telling China, just cool it. Trump is one and done. Just wait him out. You know, this is what traitors are called, and there's an act against them. It's called the Logan Act, and Trump is threatening to get that. And he should. Kavanaugh joins the libs. We talked a little bit about this on the court to rule in favor of a class action suit against Apple. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, I realize all the conservatives were against this, and he joined the libs. But I'm wondering if this doesn't give precedent to social media lawsuits like Laura Loomer has. I think that might give precedent because, you know, Apple is a big tech company, and so is Facebook, and so is Twitter. So any lawyers out there, let me know. Are you feeling sad today? Are you upset about what's going on with the banning and all the trouble we're having with Facebook and Twitter? Well, CNN ratings are lower than HGTV and Ancient Aliens, and they're laying a lot of people off. We need some applause for that.
Yeah,
all right?
Yeah.
Trump is thanking Morning Joe for complimenting him on how good he looks at 72, and he wants to remind Morning Joe that he should be giving him credit for his brains too. All right, we've got Rocket Man is a new movie. It's out there in Cannes, France, and there was a 4-minute standing ovation for this movie. Elton John was in tears. Okay, this could be the new Bohemian Rhapsody, which was Queen, and that should, and it's got good write-ups too. And you gotta like his music. All right, the worst mayor in New York City history, de Blasio, or Wilhelm is what his real last name is. He wants to run, well, to be the worst president in history. And he's the laughing stock of New York. Even the liberals can't stand him. Whoopi Goldberg thinks he's an idiot. That's saying something there.
That's the truth.
German court paves the way for the return of the Nazis, and an ad run by them is approved to run. Biggest hidden health crisis? Snake bites. Did you know that, Stan?
No, I didn't.
What kind of snakes do you see around your house?
Black snakes mostly. Copperhead once in a while.
Mostly I see liberals. No, I'm kidding. That's wrong. I'm sorry. It was a joke. Sort of. Okay, so I'm sorry about this, but I've got to hit it here because I'm going to go out fighting and coughing maybe. Okay. So, anyways, listen to me. I want you to have a great weekend. Thank you so much. I'm going to go away and get married. I'm going to have a great show next week. You have a great weekend. This is the Dave Weinbaum Show.